Salutations. Welcome to the special grade Destiny 2 raid tier list to end all tier lists. This is the definitive tier list. If you see anyone else who's made a video on a tier list or anything, they're wrong.
They're
We're
wrong.
right.
Yep.
So we were gonna do this. We have to all come to a consensus of where this raid is gonna be put. Okay. So we'll talk about it. We'll be like, hey, well, this is what we like, this is what we don't like, and then we'll put it on the tier list. So I figure we just start in chronological order.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah, in the order that the tier list has it.
Okay. Well, then we are starting with the OG Vault of Glass. D1 Vault of
Yeah.
Glass. What are we feeling? Who's got some opening thoughts? Sid?
I got an opening thought for
Oh.
you. D tier.
D tier. Yeah, I actually agree.
D tier?
I fully agree with this.
Okay.
It aged. It saved the game, right? It's the reason that there is anything past D1 year one. But by God, if that wasn't just like the most mid shit ever, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if this was
it's
like
just aged
2014,
badly.
you could say it was S tier, but
Yeah. If it
absolutely
was,
not.
it's just aged very poorly.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like in the context of today, it is a nothing burger of a raid. Like one encounter is literally defend the plates from Vex,
Yeah.
and then you do it again later. Like,
Yep.
Templars cool, Atheon's cool, but yeah, I think I agree. Ange, any thoughts on Vault of Glass D1?
I would agree. It's definitely either a C or D tier raid. It is quite a nothing burger.
Yeah,
I
I think
it's
an
not
argument.
D. It would have to be at like the bottom of C tier at the very.
Yeah,
bottom.
I think an argument can be made for C. I think it's fair to put it
actually,
in D.
I think an argument can be made for C simply because we're all thinking of Vault of Glass 2 right now. Like when we're
Yeah.
thinking about it realistically, but like if you had to think about like going back right now and doing a hard mode Vault of Glass, it would still take you a fucking chunk of time. Like it's,
But yeah,
you
that's
know
just
what I
because
mean?
Destiny 1 scaling is way different.
Like
from Destiny
we can put Vault of Glass 2 in D tier later because I think that's where that's gonna fucking go. But Vault of Glass 1 should
We got
probably be in
some
C tier. At the very bottom.
So okay, so Crusader's in C tier. Ange, are you also in C tier? Like low C
Yeah.
tier? We'll move things
Yeah,
around.
like at the very bottom of C tier.
I can get
I
behind
would
that.
say
I
I
would-
would say Vogue 2 goes above
We'll,
Vogue
we'll,
1.
we'll get there when we
because
get there.
Gatekeeper.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. I'm willing to put low C. I think I would put it in D, but as like a consensus, I think low D is fine. Like bottom of D.
okay.
Okay. Crota's ND1.
This raid is hilarious.
True.
I can't really put my opinion in for most D1 raids. I'm pretty sure still the only one I've done is just Wrath.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not what we're
Crota
doing really.
D1. Totems is kind of cool in Destiny 1 because you're a lot weaker. It's a lot scarier.
Yeah.
The lighting's a
Crota's
lot
ND1
better.
Lighting's a lot better.
is-
Yeah.
You see, like it's the whole this raid is too easy. Haha, it's a dungeon, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's still fun.
It is
Yeah.
still fun. Like I do have to say, D1 Crota is actually very fun.
Like D1
I think it definitely goes above
is-
Vogue.
D1
I'm
Vogue
gonna
is
agree
a
with that.
snooze fest of a raid. It is so boring.
Yeah, like
Yeah, D2 Vogue is so much different, but
I
I
don't
would
think it's
put it- I
ARS.
would-
It's like high C.
I think it's C tier.
I think
it's
the
C
highest
tier.
it goes is B. Absolutely, it doesn't go any
Yeah.
higher than that.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to put it high B. Like I think again, I like totems. I think Bridge is one of the most broken encounters on God the Green Earth.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, and it's still broken in D2.
Yeah.
You can still get past it.
Death Singers is unique, but ultimately
It's-
nothing much in
It's
D1.
just speed blitz the boss.
Yeah, and then Crota is conceptually cool, but I think functionally not great. Like the 5 people who are not wielding the sword aren't really doing too much.
Yeah, he's much better in D2, but we'll
Yeah.
get there.
So, is there
I
any?
think it's a good spot for now. Is just put it
Yeah.
above Vault of Glass.
Yeah, put it in C. Like I'm willing to like put it in like higher C. We'll move things around.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
D1
Alright,
King's Fall.
Fall.
I
This
have
is
some
gonna
thoughts.
this is gonna be my first probably like hot take
Oh,
of the
Sid hot take
video.
corner. Here we go.
I do not like D1 King's Fall at all.
God.
Someone throw a rock. Someone throw a rock
has-
at him now.
2 good encounters. It has War Priest and it has Golgoroth. Golgoroth is a better fight than War Priest because Golgoroth is the only encounter that does not involve in some way standing on a plate and doing nothing.
Damn.
There is, especially when you get to Deathsinger and Oryx. Oryx is especially bad at this. There is Literally no skill expression in Oryx. It is a railroaded boss fight, and it is the worst raid boss in D1. I'm just gonna say it. There is no expression in Oryx. There's
I
no
think
way
I
to
agree
make
with
the
you
encounter go
because
faster. There's no skill
yeah,
expression.
that's
It
my
is a
big
railroaded encounter.
problem with Oryx is that there's no way to do it any faster. Like
Yeah.
like the speed run of Oryx is the exact same basically as doing a
Yep.
normal run. Maybe like
The speed
30
run of
second
Oryx is
difference.
kill the light eaters 0.1 second faster than the slowest run.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So I think I'm with you on that. I love War Priest. I love Golgoroth. Daughters is nothing burger. Totems is
Yeah.
I think not bad. It's not great. Like Totems like a mid tier kind of where it's like, oh okay, this exists.
That jumping puzzle fucking sucks.
That
dude,
jumping
with
puzzle is
fucking
awful.
tomb ships.
It sucks.
It is the worst jumping puzzle. I'd
But
have
God,
to
if it
fucking
wasn't
say
the
that.
coolest thing ever when Oryx when King's
When it
Fall
came out, dude. Yeah, like we could go over this over and over again. If we're talking about when this shit came out, yeah, it's fucking peak.
Yeah, but in the
But,
context
like,
of now,
in the context of like it's been fucking 12 years and this shit has
I
not
think-
aged well.
I think
I-
the only thing D1 King's Fall has going for it is its scale in Golgoroth. I don't like
yeah,
any of the other.
I would love to
things.
put it in D, but I think Golgoroth like forces it out of D. Dare I
It
say.
forces out a D because Golgoroth is such a good.
But you also
fight.
have to keep in mind too that like Golgoroth is a good fight, but it's still not much of a fight for most of the team.
Yeah, that's true.
Like there's like half of the team is actually doing shit, and the other half is just kind of staring off to the corner until it's like, okay, let's damage, let's go, and fucking.
But
Yeah.
I think what I like about it
And
is like
if you want Golgoroth, also remember one orb. You don't have to 6-orb Golgoroth. You don't even have to do the mechanic. You just one orb Golgoroth.
I guess yeah. But I
If
think
you
like at
do it
least when
right,
you weren't as
Golgoroth is one of the
powerful.
best boss fights.
Yeah, I think as well that back then when you weren't as powerful, like you had to make decisions on like orbs and how many you used and that kind of thing. And like
Yeah.
I struggle to put it in D. It's got to be better than Vaulted Glass though, right? Like Vaulted Glass just says
It's
nothing
better
burger.
than it's better than Vault of Glass.
Is it better than Crota? This might be a hot take.
No,
I
I think it
don't
goes in
know.
between.
I think it's
I think
between
it goes
those,
in
yeah.
between. Crota's clears.
And
King's
you haven't
Fall.
done D1 Kingsfall, right?
Nope. I have
No, okay.
literally only D1 raid I've done is
Okay.
Wrath.
Well, good
I've not
news.
done anything
Yeah,
else.
I think we'll put it here then. I think we're all in agreement. And we move
Okay.
on to Wrath of the
Wrath
Machine.
of the
Ange,
Machine.
do you want to start us off for this one? Do you have
No.
No, fuck.
Okay.
Um,
So, I mean, I think we all know where Wrath is going.
I mean,
It's going in A or S. I would not say S just because, especially as we get further down the line,
I think more
like
things
we
deserve
get-
S. Yeah.
we get Vogue, or sorry, not Vogue, Val. We get Val the
Big
Disciple.
D tier. Yeah.
Val the Disciple. You can even put Val the Disciple, Last Wish.
okay,
I-
wait.
Crota
We're getting a little ahead
2.
of ourselves
Yeah,
here.
hold on.
No,
So
I'm
We're
just
talking
saying,
about
for
Wrath of the
Wrath.
Machine.
Wrath of the Machine, especially like by later raids down the line, gets mogged. in
Here's what I will
terms of How
say.
good it is.
here's what I'll say. I think what Wrath sets out to do, which is to be a kinetic, fast-paced, action-packed raid, it succeeds on all fronts. Its mechanics are not inherently complex, though. Like the mechanics are
Not at all.
very simple, which I think is actually its only downfall
It was, I think it wasn't it the fastest day one completion
in D1.
like ever before Ron?
Before Ron, I mean, I'm sure Argos is there.
Yeah, true.
I don't think it's the slowest besides Ron, but I also think too you have to keep in mind that like we never ever got to play Wrath of the Machine Destiny 2. Like it's purely just like Destiny 1.
It's purely Destiny 1, yeah.
And like in that context, it's fucking S tier. Absolutely, right?
Oh yeah.
But then
It's-
you
I
also
think
have to
Destiny
keep
1
in
raid,
mind
yeah.
that like you were saying, there's so many raids that come afterwards that just like beat the fuck out of it. But I think that just because a better raid came out later doesn't make this doesn't give it any negative points. It's still a
Yeah.
fantastic fucking raid from start to finish.
Yeah,
The
true.
loot is fucking great. The set pieces are fucking great. Like the soundtrack, dude. There's so many things
Steve,
this
that's
raid
a
has
good-
going for it
Mhm.
that like, yeah, just because some better stuff came out later does not mean this is any like less of a peak raid in my eyes. I think it
Yeah,
deserves
it
to go
is.
in
It
that
is
tier.
still absolutely peak. There's nothing bad about Wrath, right?
Besides
like,
maybe a little
I
simplicity. to its
feel like
mechanics.
seeing Axis next to Rulk, something just like feels
I-
weird about that.
I think it's fair to put this in S, but like we'll put it like over
It
here.
would have to be a
in
yeah.
S.
I agree with
Yeah,
it
it has
being
to be,
an
like, bottom of
absolute back
S.
of S tier, but
But
I still
but I
it
think
deserves to
yeah,
go
I
up
think it
there.
deserves to be in there.
Yeah.
Ange, what,
Oh,
what about
boy.
you? What do you think?
Me personally, I don't think the raid deserves anything higher than an A.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
I can't say it was bad, but I mean, I also don't have the context of playing it when it came out. I played it after I've already done pretty much everything in D2.
Okay.
So my only comparison to
That's what I'll
that
take.
is D2 raids. So
Okay.
just
Yeah,
from that, I'd say it's an easy somewhere in A tier, but I personally would not put it
Yeah.
higher.
Because
Okay.
I'm willing to put it like high A tier.
I'll put
as
it top
well.
of A.
Top 8 Crusader.
Yeah,
You agree
word.
to top
I
8?
can get behind
Okay.
that.
The
All right.
discrepancy is so funny.
Yeah. Okay. But now we have to look forward to Destiny 2 Leviathan.
The Leviathan.
So Leviathan's an interesting game. I'd like to take the lead with this one.
I have very mixed feelings on Leviathan.
I have mixed feelings as well. I think, like, for example, I think Gauntlet is an interesting encounter, but it's the Oryx problem of it only goes a certain speed. You can't speed it
Yeah.
up. I think Dogs is a very
Bad.
cool first time encounter. Not
But it
fun to
sucks.
redo. Not fun to
Yeah.
redo.
And
'Cause
then
it's so
Bats
solved.
is
It's like a totems. It's like it's whatever.
it's
It
totems,
just
yeah.
it's fight.
Bats is totems with like a little bit more going on.
Yeah. And then Callus, I think, is good. I will stand by. I think
Callus
Callus is a good.
Callus is the only encounter that I would like actively say is good. Everything else is mid or just bad, I think.
Mhm.
I would put it Leviathan in B tier. Like it's better than the D1 raids. But like I'd put it like low B, maybe top of C. Looking at our
I
list.
wouldn't put it in C tier. I wouldn't
Yeah,
go
I
that
wouldn't put
low.
it in C. I would definitely agree with B
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
like
I
it's
think B tier is the
decent.
best place for it. It gets held down by like the first 3 encounters, but I think a real good saving grace for this raid is the fucking underbelly section.
This
of
is
the raid, being
true.
able to just go
Yeah,
down
Underbelly was awesome.
because what was it? The fucking main room called? I forget what it was
The
called now.
Castellum,
Good
yeah.
Stone, yeah.
Castellum. That shit was so mid. Nobody
so-
ever did that shit except for the one that
was-
you were required to do at the start.
It was like very interesting at first because you could like just the idea of having a raid where the encounters rotate and you don't have to do them in the exact same order every time. That was really cool, but Underbelly also did that. Having a hub just kind of
Yeah,
takes the point out. There's nothing
chest in
to traverse.
yeah, the exotic chest and the keys.
Also, I know we're trying to keep it stuck to just the raid, but I see another raid that does the whole non-linear progression thing infinitely better. So
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Do we? I guess we didn't do it for D1. I would say, do we include like? Do we talk about prestige mode at all? I don't think it really matters.
Prestige mode.
Nah.
Prestige mode sucked. Prestige mode sucks.
I mean, yeah, because we
D1
did bring up
D2.
hard modes in D1.
Yeah,
I
so
think we
we'll
brought it up
just
for
stick to-
multi-class.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Prestige
now
we're,
was
we're
just
talking
the-
just quality of raids themselves, not
Yeah. Okay.
extra shit on top of it.
Okay.
Yeah, even that
I
prestige,
forget,
like
what was
prestige
even the
mode
difference
for
with Prestige Leviathan besides it just was like higher level?
There's some.
it added like a little bit more. Like Callus was it teleported 3 people at random, and also
I know, like
if you punch the Scion, you got swapped with one person.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
yeah, in Gauntlet, you couldn't do the same thing more than once.
Yeah, dogs.
yeah, to
was,
rotate
there was
everybody.
another dog on each side.
Yeah, there's another dog.
Bats was the gladiator that would spawn literally right in front of your face. When you killed it, it would explode, and if the explosion hit you, it would cleanse you of your buff that you needed to be able to progress.
Right.
through the
Yeah.
map.
But yeah.
It
No.
was
Well,
like it was like interesting, but it's held down by the fact that it was a D2 year 1 prestige difficulty.
yeah.
Yeah. And you also had to do that shit if you wanted to be max power.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think B is fair. Like, it's not
B
A.
is absolutely fair.
I almost kind of think we should have put like Vault Glass in like D tier, but because I don't think there'll be much in D tier. But well, yeah, we'll put it.
I can't
Oh,
speak
we're-
on
we're gonna
D1,
put Vault of
so my
Glass in
opinion
D
with it.
tier.
Yeah, my opinion on Vault of Glass was on Destiny 2 Vault of Glass. So
Okay. Yeah.
honestly,
we'll get
you probably could just put it in D tier.
we'll put that down.
Eater of world.
Okay, this raid is dookie hot ass. It is
Yeah.
literally fucking around in the underbelly for 30 minutes while people troll
As-
and kill you.
Yep.
Yeah, as much as I liked it, it is dookie hot ass.
So bad. This is our first F tier. I think like Argos was an
I
awesome
think we put
boss
it in
fight.
F tier.
Argos is an awesome
Argos
boss
does not
fight,
save
but
the rest of this raid.
No.
It does not
Argos
save the
is
rest of
not
the
all
raid,
that.
yeah.
Argos is like a C tier encounter and an F tier raid. Like
Yeah.
he's
it's-
fine. I don't think he's anything special. He's fun to meme with. I love serving up the dishes with the
He'd be
homies. But
good as like the
Oh, yeah.
first boss in a
oh,
fucking
he'd be a
raid.
great first boss for raid. Unfortunately, I don't think there's
Like, if
much to
he was,
discuss about this raid.
Yeah,
Like,
you definitely just put it in F tier.
like, yeah, like I
Imagine-
really don't know what to say, Alice. Besides, like, there's fucking nothing to this raid. There's 2 encounters and they're the same. One just has a damage phase tacked on at the end. Like, what are we doing?
Imagine a Leviathan themed Vex raid where it's like the same concept of Eater of Worlds,
Mhm.
but Argos is the first boss, and after that you go into the core of Nessus.
Yeah, literally. Well, Argos is the core of Ness, and he's the Argos planetary core. But yeah, I
Yeah.
guess you'd rename him. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, no, shit ass raid lair. The prestige mode's even worse. I don't know if you guys ever did the prestige modes for these
Oh
things.
my god,
did.
that
They
was
just lock a
ass.
loadout on you. I'm
locked
like-
loadout.
Fun fact: I'm like 77th in the world or something for world's first prestige eater.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, but the prestige modes are hot garbage.
Dude, you had to like pray that it would give you fucking SMG and sniper,
Dude.
or you couldn't clear it
Yeah.
half the time.
We did it
Yup.
with grenade launcher sidearm. That was our week. That like the day one was like
Oh.
grenade launcher sidearm or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
that's fucking.
It was
evil.
horrible. It was horrible. Anyway,
He's also
Spire
keep in mind
stars.
back then,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
grenade launchers.
Spire
They're bad.
of
Grenade launcher's bad.
Stars.
Spire stars is A tier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that right off the bat. It's A
Mm,
tier. It
yeah.
has to go in A.
Mhm.
Listen, it's a raid layer. I'm gonna give you some negatives. It's a raid layer. The loot was shit. It was
Yeah.
literally just a reskin of the Eater of Worlds armor, and that shit is garbage. And it had what, the sidearm and the shotgun.
Sidearm and the shotgun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shotgun that came
No,
out
no, it was
same
the shotgun.
season.
Shotgun was Argos. It's the fusion rifle.
You're right. Yep.
What, was
Even
that a
worse.
fusion rifle? I swear it was a
fusion
shotgun.
rifle.
The
It was
fusion
a
rifle.
fusion rifle. Yeah.
Because shotgun
Either way,
was Argos.
Christmas Iris.
It wasn't a sniper rifle in year one, so nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking anyways, yeah, that it was a raid layer, so it was short as fuck. But like outside of that, I think it's fucking A
It's
tier.
so good. Like Spire of Stars extended out into a full raid with better loot would genuinely be an S tier raid.
I kind of want to put in an S tier. Like here's let me
No,
pitch my S tier. Let me pitch, okay?
Yeah.
I'll admit the first encounter, it's fine. It's whatever. I think the jump puzzle is kind of cool. I like seeing like this kind of like tower in like the Leviathan. I think is interesting. And I think the final encounter is the best raid boss of all time. Everybody's got to do something. There's multiple roles going on. You're literally like destroying like a fleet of ships by targeting them down with the like the targeting systems on Leviathan. You're working with Callus to take this guy down. The story ramifications of this is the end of the Red War here. Like this is the guy who replaced Gaul. Like we're finishing this fight that we started it like a year ago. And working with Callus, this guy who's been like, is he our ally? Is he not really? Like, I think like narratively, mechanic wise, like scope wise, I think it is the best raid boss of all time, which is enough to push into S. I obviously will not put it as the best raid, but I think it deserves low S. If I'm outvoted, I'm outvoted. But
I can
That
actually
is my
get behind
pitch.
that. Yeah. Valka Aura is just such a good boss fight.
What do you mean?
Hey,
I
should
thought he
you
was a
do
seasonal
Slayer?
boss.
oh my god. Jeez, stop. Stop that.
You know what? Yeah, no, it loses aura points for that. A tier.
A tier, he's a fucking seasonal boss.
Yeah. Top
Oh,
of
that
A,
was
top of
brutal
A,
when that
definitely
came
top
out,
of
bro.
A though.
And the fact that they never fucking brought it back with Pantheon is so sad.
Yeah.
The fact this is the
Yeah, I-
only raid boss in
The
Destiny
only
2 you
raid
can't
boss
fight.
that you can't fight anymore.
Like,
Yeah,
are
it's
we so
locked
serious? Are we so serious? The best raid, in my opinion, the best raid boss of all time.
Hey, now we're up to, in my opinion, the
Hey?
first S tier raid.
Before we move on, we should. Are we gonna talk about the Pantheon? Like the Pantheons?
We could at
I
the very
feel
end. We
like-
can like, I don't. There's not one on
At
this
the
tier list,
very
but we
end,
could
yeah.
slot them in and like be like Pantheon
feel
1,
like
Pantheon 2.
If we were gonna talk about them, we should at least talk about Pantheon 1 before we talk about Salvation's Edge.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I can see if I can add something into
'Cause
this.
I
or
don't think
whatever.
I don't think fucking Pantheon 2 is like that's just like whatever. We don't need to fucking put that in there. But I feel like Pantheon 1 at least like just like
No.
the Resurrect version.
I think it's worth actually talking about Pantheon 2 because there are some changes, and I have feelings.
Oh.
Here, we'll do it. We'll do it as they come out. We'll add them in.
Yeah.
Okay, weird.
Yeah.
First S tier raid IMO is Last Wish. Last Wish is, it's aged poorly But if we're gonna talk about stuff in context, as we have been talking about, there was nothing like Last Wish at the time. Nothing better than Last Wish at the time. Obviously, it's been outpaced now, but like, good lord, Last Wish is still
Sid, I'm-
actually kind of one of a kind in that it's the only raid boss to have raid to have an encounter after the final boss.
Sid, I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this.
Okay. What?
Okay, well, we'll play it.
That's
I'm
insanity.
gonna hold your hand when I
Hey,
tell you this.
hey, like low key though, I kind of agree with Panther. Like, not
What?
that I don't think it's S tier. I'm not gonna say it's C tier, but I also don't think it belongs in S tier.
Hear me
either.
out,
I
Sid.
think.
Okay, okay, like,
Yeah,
oh, like
let
Crusader,
me
go. Sorry,
speak.
Crusader, you go.
No, you go. You go.
Okay.
You go.
Okay, hear me out. Callie,
Callie. Okay.
Nothing burger.
Nothing burger encounter. Yep.
Churochy, okay. It's kind of neat. Some kinetic movement, right? The puzzle in the middle, like, good.
It's a fast-paced boss fight.
Good.
It requires you to go fast.
Yeah.
We like those.
Morgeth,
Morgoth. We don't talk about Morgoth.
but we have
We don't
to.
talk about Morgoth.
But we have to talk about
He's
Morgeth.
a lost sector boss.
He's a lost sector boss in a raid.
Yep.
In a 6-man activity.
He might as well not exist, especially considering the fact that the traversal from Morgoth to Vault takes like 30 seconds.
Like, if there was a raid lair on Morgeth, like Eater World style, you'd be F tier. You'd make that
Hey,
shit
but
F tier.
Panther Morgoth? That's
Yeah.
S tier,
Well,
baby.
we'll talk about that. Yeah. Vault banger, fair.
Yep.
Riven banger, but the cheese existed for so
He's
long
bad.
that
So
it is part of the raid's identity.
Yep.
It's a decade
That's
old
true.
cheese, something like that. Almost
Yeah.
10 years.
Like, it's one thing if like recent events, right? Knocking off Morgeth, right? That's Passion a week. I wouldn't really count that against the raid.
Yeah.
This
fact
has
that
been in
they
the raid
never-
forever. Like, you
I
can't
think-
teleport the room, but you can just 50-50 and have enough damage to kill Riven.
Yeah, I guess also thinking about the cheese. I would think. Okay, I'm starting to agree with you now. I think I still just love Last Wish.
Yeah.
I love that
Again,
so much.
When it works,
But-
when Riven works, it's great. Which is why we'll talk about that in Pantheon. And then
Riven cheese
Queen's Walk is a great finale.
The Riven cheese is especially severe because of the fact that when people were begging Bungie to patch it, they said, no, it's actually a high damage strategy.
Hmm.
So they didn't patch it.
And then they fixed it in Pantheon.
And it's in Pantheon. And there's also now a triumph for doing Riven legit. So
Yeah, that's the thing. They had to put a triumph for doing it legit,
Yep.
right?
I will
As
say,
if people
though, I
don't
will
do
say,
that.
like, I agree with you, Panther, that it should be lower, but I don't think there's any world where you put, because, okay, like, I agree with what you're saying, but I also agree with Sid is saying is that Last Wish is indeed peak. Like, despite the fact that it's mid as fuck, it's also peak. Like, you have to,
The scope
to
is there. The
understand,
scale
you
is there.
cannot put it below Leviathan.
Last
it does
Wish-
not go any lower
Last
than
Wish actually like coasts on hype moments and aura until you get to Vault. And
I
upward.
think what makes it
like,
work, not even
especially
hype.
'cause, like, think about like the story behind all of it was just so fucking good. Like that whole fucking Forsaken like Dreaming City plot. That shit
Yeah,
was
you have to
so
intertwine
good.
that with the raid.
It was so good. Yes, because it was like a core part. It's like same thing with the fucking Taken War and King's Fall. Like
Yeah.
it's
The best
You know what I mean?
raids aside from Wrath of the Machine and Spire of Stars, the best raids going forward are going to be the ones where the story is intertwined with the raid itself.
I
Yeah.
don't think it goes any lower than Leviathan. I think it goes right there on B tier at the top. I don't think
I
it goes
could
A
be
tier.
convinced.
I would say it's either low A
There's
tier
no way
or high
worse than
B.
Leviathan.
I could be convinced for high B.
Yeah.
I will agree with I will
We'll do
agree to
that,
high
let's do
B.
that.
It hurts, but I'll agree to high B.
I will admit, like, the adventure scale of the raid, like, this is the raid where we cover the most ground. At least it
Yeah.
feels like, right? And
It's
we really
6
are
encounters, man.
like breaking
Up
into the Dreaming
until-
City. We're breaking into the keep, right? The vault into Riven's lair, and then the escape out. Like, I'll give it that. That pushed it to B, I think.
I actually do think that up until Salvation's Edge, in terms of ground clear, Last Wish was the biggest raid.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it still
Salvation's
bigger than
probably-
Salvation? Salvation is only 5 encounters.
Yeah, but keep in mind,
talking about
in
ground-
Last Wish, we
ground
backtrack.
clear.
The 6 encounters
yeah.
backtracking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the size of the jump puzzles between each area. Yeah, I mean, I know they said, like,
you gotta think,
Salvation's their
Salvation's Edge,
biggest
you're
playable
starting-
space.
At the bottom of the monolith, and you get to the very top of the monolith by the end
It's
of
true.
the raid.
Now,
Yeah.
anyways, y'all want to talk about some real peak? We can talk about some real peak right here.
Scourge of the Past.
We're
Scourge of
not.
the
We're on
Past is
Scourge right now.
fucking- Yeah, Scourge of the Past is peak.
I
What are you
actually
gonna? You
do
gonna
like
give me
Scourge
some
of the
fucking
Past.
bullshit and say this shit is mid?
Okay,
No,
as
no,
a,
not him.
as a- like in terms of difficulty and mechanics as a raid, right?
Yeah.
Scourge, not very good. But this is like another Wrath of the Machine situation and kind of Proto Zen situation. You know, mechanically, not the best, not difficult by any stretch of the imagination. But my god, is it fun! It was such a fun raid to run.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Were you gonna say something, Age?
oh yeah.
I hardly played this raid. I think this and in Crown of Sorrow were the raids tied for the least amount of time for me.
But off a gut feeling, what like just off of a gut feeling, where would you put it?
Meh.
Meh. See, like C-ish.
I think
B?
it's a meh.
Okay. I mean, because
I
I
would
like I'm
put it next to Proto Zen.
yeah, I'd put it next to because like the first encounter's fun. Map reader was cool for a little bit, but like you don't really do all that much.
The map
Map
gimmick
reader
is-
sucks ass. You're just standing there.
Yeah,
doing
exactly,
nothing,
yeah.
bro.
Map reader sucks, but like the gimmick of map reader.
The,
Like, as
the
a
fun
raid
part
becomes-
about that fucking encounter was being one of the guys running around in your Sparrow, fucking hawking
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
down. If you were map reader, you were fucking snoozing through that
Yeah.
encounter.
Yeah.
If
and
we're gonna
then-
talk about story content, by the way, we have to talk about the the concept of Insurrection Prime as a raid boss.
yeah, this guy just walking into the city.
No, that is some bullshit. Some premium
Yeah,
fucking bullshit.
The Fallen
bro.
smuggled a massive brig full of
The
nuclear
transport.
weapons into the city, and no one noticed. And the Vanguard's response was 6 Guardians.
you guys got this shit.
Yeah, remember how many Guardians were at fucking what was it Twilight's Gap, bro? Like fucking
Yeah.
hundreds for like the House of Devils.
Yeah.
With no brig, no nukes.
Yeah, they didn't even know brigs were a thing back then.
Yeah, that's the first one, and then they just added to the armory. This is the only raid boss to ever have become.
Become a normal enemy.
Yeah, we've had normal enemies become raid bosses. This is the first
Become a
raid boss to
red
become a
bar
normal enemy.
eh? Become a
Yeah,
fucking
red
red
bar enemy.
bar.
Yeah, I mean they fit the same though, like health thresholds that like tormentors and stuff do. So like, but yeah, they are still red bar. I think the final
I think it
encounter is
goes above
neat.
Crota.
I don't like the tank. I really just don't like ever driving the tank in this game, and when they make you do it for this raid, I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I like driving the tank.
I guess, yeah. I like CAP. I think that's a fun way to do damage. Like I'm thinking high C. Any objections to high C?
No, I think that's where it belongs.
Okay.
Yep, I agree.
At the end of the day, it is still a raid layer.
Crown of Sorrow.
I know they
Crown of
didn't give
Sorrow.
it that title, but yeah,
It is a raid layer.
I think a raid
Unfortunately-
layer.
There's a seasonal content, right?
Speaking of raid layers,
Yeah, here's the,
Crown of
the
Sorrow.
worst one. No, so I
This
still
is-
fucking Eater Worlds.
this is an eater. I've said it every time we've done Panther. I
Mhm.
love Galron. I think he's such a cool boss
I
fight.
agree.
but
but-
the rest of that raid is so bad.
The first encounter is 4, count 'em, 4 phases long. The jumping puzzle is a snooze fest because you're just jumping like 2 feet ahead and shooting like crystals every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And then Galaron's Deception is whatever.
It's a whatever fight. Yeah, it's cool.
The loot as well,
But-
ass loot.
Well, it's so bad.
It's
yeah.
just normal D1 guns, but like corroded and shit. Like
And you gotta remember, Teraba, when it came out, was so bad. There was no reason to use Teraba until they buffed it like 4 times.
some pieces of the armor look good.
The armor was cool.
Some pieces.
Yeah.
Some of it was cool.
Some
Yeah,
of it.
only
Yeah.
If you were a warlock, you were kind of shafted though.
Yeah.
I
I'm
actually
like-
really like the Crown of Sorrow helmet for Warlocks. That was one of my main fashion pieces on Warlock.
I've only ever done this raid twice.
I've done it like
I've-
15 times.
I
got the
did it
title for
in-
this
like,
raid.
somewhere in the realm of like, yeah, I have the title for it too, but let's
Yeah.
go.
I had the
I
titles
did
for
it in
all
the
the
realm of-
raids up
In
until
the 10s.
Salvation's Edge. Yeah.
I think I'm like in the realm of the 10s for this raid.
I'm
Dungeon
like,
clears.
I feel like you can't
I
put
like
enough to
Force
Galron's.
Clears.
It's not as bad as Eater.
I think
feel like
Galron
But
it
is.
was-
it's not much better.
It's not much
It's
better.
not
But I
much
think
better.
Galron's
think it's
enough
F
to
tier.
push it.
I think
Yeah,
it goes right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not for it.
Yeah.
I think Gowron can push it just into.
It hurts because of how cool Galron is, but
Yeah,
that's it. That's the only thing
that's
this raid
all
has
they got
going
going
for it.
for him.
I don't know, man.
Garden's-
Galvan doesn't really blow me away except for the damage phase. Like specifically that part is cool,
Well,
but the rest of it is just kind of like. Bleh.
Galron, especially Pantheon, I don't know why they took it out. And they
Yeah, Pantheon
made
made him worse. Like I consider
made
back
it
when it came
easier.
out that there was a little more
You
You
going
have to
on.
put challenges on Pantheon to be able to do Galron in the original form he was in. With the crystals, that makes it way more hectic.
Yeah, there's a little more going on in the original.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not just like one mechanic you do one time before damage. It's a thing that is constantly happening on the field that you have to be aware of. And that was cool. That's why I think Galron is such a cool encounter, because it was something you always had to keep track of. That also made the buff juggling way more important than
Yeah.
it is now,
yeah,
because you always had to have someone with the buff. They're like, once all the deceptions are dead in the Pantheon version, you can ignore the buff.
yeah, you could just
Just
forget about it
totally.
till the end of the next GPS
Yeah.
phase.
But like in the original, if you didn't have someone with the buff until damage started, you could just die
Yeah.
from not paying attention. And that was peak.
But
Yeah,
now we
no,
move
that's
on
true.
to, dare I
Cloud
say, the
Acceleration.
messiest raid.
Yeah.
I think there's some great, some horrible, some good, some bad. This raid has it all.
I
Genuinely.
don't know.
Yeah.
My opinion on this raid is plagued from taking 3 different days to clear it just because of one terrible party member who shall not be named. So famous in this
True.
clan.
So famous.
True.
Destiny Battle, if you're
Dark
watching
times.
this.
Destiny Battle. Wait, don't we still have the Ballad of Destiny Battle pinned in the server? Hang on.
Probably.
Yeah, we do.
This, yeah, legendary experience. But like, I think like to consider this raid, like let's look at it like from just an objective standpoint. The first encounter, I think, is a little long, but I like the theory they have of like an away team and a stay team,
Yeah.
and you're swapping
The-
back and forth.
Yeah, the leapfrog idea
Yeah,
is really cool.
and like progressing through the area. Like it's not like you're stuck in the same room. You're moving around. I kind of like it. I don't think it's incredible, but I like it. You get to the
Yeah.
second encounter, which is maybe one of the worst raid encounters ever designed, only topped
Yeah,
by
true.
itself again.
Yeah,
Which we'll
yeah.
get to. We'll get to.
We'll get to that.
Um,
We'll get to that.
And then Concentrated Mind, again, I like the idea of like 2 teams,
It's
like the Eyes team, the Gambit team. Cool.
Consecrated Mind is fun as fuck.
I think
That's
as boss,
that's
like,
a fun encounter.
yeah. I think the jumping puzzle is kind of is as pretty as Vex architecture is gonna get, in my opinion.
It's one of the better, like anything Black Garden always
and-
looks awesome.
The final boss, low key, very good. I think
Very
away
good,
teams are
yeah.
fun. You have people calling back. I think building is fun. I love that there is something you can do to actively make your area safer. Like you can make as many
Yeah.
platforms you want. You can ignore it if you want, right? Like you can make that choice team. Hey, do we need people building platforms? Or hey, maybe we can spare people to build some platforms and we can have a safer DPS phase where we're not jumping around, right? Like I think that's really cool. I think that's really, really cool. And kind of like that reveal at the end, right? Of like the darkness statue in the
Darkness
Blackguard.
Pyramid, yeah.
I
It
think
starts
I
to
think
slip,
interesting
yeah.
as well. If we've talked a little bit about it, but like the story implications, right? Is they're just like, oh, we just go here because.
Yeah, because it's because the signal from the artifact we get at the end of Shadowkeep takes us there.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, there's no like big finale to our story. It's just like we just went here because we were told.
Yeah, we go
Okay.
there and then we wait for Beyond Light to come out. That's all that happens.
Pretty
The
much.
cool story stuff that happens here is like cool story moments in the context of a story that is mid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
the Shadowkeep campaign was mid, and other than that, you're listening. Oh, it's a Black Garden raid, but the Black Garden campaign and the story revolving around it is mid.
Mid.
It was just, you know what I mean. So like, it's cool in the context of those stories, but those stories themselves are not good.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
it was a
definitely
good
like a very
it was a good setup
fucking
for
mid.
for a better story down the line, is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I think it's like at the bottom of B tier at least, because I feel like mechanically Consecrated Mind and the Sanctified Mind are like actually fun encounters.
Yep.
And
If you actually understand how the tether works, it's
Yeah.
that's
actually
just,
an
that
alright
second encounter,
mechanic.
like the first 2 encounters just bring it down so fucking hard. man.
Yeah, true.
I'm willing
As
to put
well,
top C.
one more fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like at the time, the weapons in this raid were not great.
Yeah, it was like Reckless
And-
Oracle
And
and
Omniscient Eye.
and I'm just
The
an eye
armor
out.
that you get from this is a reskin of a Season 2 Eververse set.
Yeah, true.
So
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's definitely a
That's
choice.
definitely
I would put it in C tier.
what
I
we
would
think.
put
because
it
of
in
that
C
stuff.
tier.
Yeah.
We can put it in D for
I
Destiny
think-
Battle.
Oh,
I
also,
think
we
it.
can't-
I
we
think
can't
it
talk
barely
about
scrapes
Garden.
ahead of Scourge.
We can't talk about Garden without bringing up the Divinity Quest.
Oh my
What a
god!
way.
Oh,
Big
you're
What a
right.
way- What a way to make an actually pretty good raid so much worse.
Yeah, because I was really thinking that we should definitely accommodate the bugs that plague this fucking
Oh,
raid.
yeah,
But then I was
that is true.
remembering that the bugs in question, I'm pretty sure all correlated only with the Divinity Quest, not
Divinity
with the
Quest.
actual raid itself.
No.
technically.
Yeah,
the
you're right.
The tether itself was already a pretty broken mechanic, and then you had to do Divinity, and that
Yeah.
shit was fucking.
Yeah,
I
I-
remember doing that with Knack and him
Me
just
too,
fucking
yeah.
screaming at me the whole time, and I was like, bro, I never want to play this game again.
Yeah. The Divinity Quest is just so
I
bad.
forgot the quest. Legitimately, I think that at least for me,
I agree. I think that absolutely knocks it down.
Knocks it out of
Yeah.
the bottom of C, I think.
D for Destiny Battle.
D for Divinity Quest. D for Divinity Quest.
I would put it above D1 King's Fall based off of your guys' rating. Even just keep it right there.
Yeah, I could
Alright,
go either
yeah.
or.
Just
Either way, that's a good-
I would
that's a good
correlating
point.
with all
Yeah.
the shitty bugs on release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Also,
we'll slap it
don't
there.
forget that if you were a console player when this raid came out, you couldn't clear it because he nuked your frame rate at the final boss.
True.
Mhm.
Okay, we're not console players.
But we're
right?
not console players.
Aren't
Yeah,
you?
I was a console player when Shadow came out.
We're not console players.
But he plays on
in the
PS5,
context
so
of
he
this
can
stuff.
actually run this raid.
Yeah,
Big
so I
26.
can actually play the game. Anyway, Deep Stone Crypt. This is some
Deep
real
Stone Crypt.
peak.
This is I love Deep Stone Crypt.
Ooh, we got some discussion about Deep Stone Crypt.
I got an argument for this being a top 3 raid in the game, and I know you're gonna bring up how Vault Security is a snooze fest, and how Atrax is a fucking one pump chump, and the fucking Nuclear Descent is just brain rot.
Okay,
I actually
and
love
hold
Nuclear
on.
Descent.
Nuclear Descent.
Tanix is just fucking snooze fest. Like, I get it, but this raid is fucking peak, bro.
I will dare say, if you were ever going to show someone the first ever Destiny raid, this is it. Because
Deep Stone
yeah.
hear me
Crypt,
out.
every
Yeah.
time.
There's a good connection to the story. There is an adventure here. There is a narrative built into this raid. You're exploring the crypt. Oh my gosh, Tanix is back. We're going up to the station. He's gonna crash the station to Europa. We gotta stop him. Oh, now in the ruins of this station, we're duking it out, right? Like, there's a narrative here, and they stick to it. And I think that is really good. Like, in terms of is this the hardest raid? No. Is this the most complex raid? No. But in terms of like a definitive experience, I think they hit the nail on the head.
Good.
I think
Yeah,
the loot's
like,
great as well.
Yeah, loot as well. DSC is literally just like the definition of hype moments in Aura. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, just the concept, right? You start like going underground. You're like, okay, we're going to be going into the Deep Stone Crypt, right? You think this is going to be an underground raid. We're going to delve deeper and deeper into Europa. Second encounter.
You go to space.
Now you're in space.
Go to space.
You get to. It's not even like a teleport. You get on an elevator that takes you to space. You
Mhm.
could see it take you to space. It's awesome, and you know you have to do the transmission of information between the top side and bottom side, which is really cool, right? I really like Atrax. I think she's a great, like a really well designed boss that just gets mogged by the fact that you can one pump jump her now.
Keyword now, we should correlate
Now
when it released.
yeah, when it released. Now then again, she also got mogged by Lament, but you couldn't one floor her
Yeah.
with Lament.
It
Then
didn't take long for the one floor tech to come out after.
It didn't, yeah. But at first, it was awesome. The replication juggling for Atrax was cool. I would put it A tier. Like, the spacewalk is really cool. Obviously, I don't care for Deep Stone Lullaby.
Yeah, Sid,
But then,
tell everyone what you think of
yeah.
Deep Stone Lullaby.
I don't like Deep Stone Lullaby.
Heard it here first, folks. Cancel him online right now.
Throw a rock at him. Throw a rock
And
at him.
then, but,
Worse
and then
than
you get the
Hitler?
Nuclear Descent. Then you get the Nuclear Descent, which is
Peak.
Nuclear Descent is a peak
awesome. I love
encounter.
Nuclear Descent. Like, you got to keep in mind the story implication of Nuclear Descent is Tanix is crashing the space station,
Filled
which
with
has
nuclear
a
bombs.
massive enough nuclear payload to destroy the entirety of Europa if it hits. If it
Yeah, if
makes
you wipe that encounter, canonically, Europa explodes. Like,
yes, yeah. and like the story application of nuclear descent, along with just like the spectacle of it, is awesome.
Mhm.
Like as it progresses, you see the shutters come down on the windows, and then they fly off as you enter the planet's atmosphere, and then the whole arena catches on fire when you enter the atmosphere. It's so peak.
Yeah.
It's so peak.
It is so fucking.
And then I
good,
like
dude.
that the Taniks encounter is the same arena,
Same
the
spot.
same spot as when you enter these things for the first time. But again, it's like battle damage and like literally just like
Yeah.
he's cobbled
They got a
himself
station on top
together.
of it.
You barely survived, right? Like
Yeah.
you're just like, all right, let's fucking duke it out one last time
Yeah.
against Taniks, right?
And
Like,
Taniks, dare I say,
Taniks had the balls to get up and put
as
it in
much
good
as-
boss.
fight.
I kind of put an A tier. I feel like
It's
due to that, and then also like due to the fact that like this is like the definitive raid experience that I think
This
people
is
think
the
of.
raid.
yep.
I
This
think
is
you
the
have
Destiny
to
raid.
put it
Like
S.
when
as
I
much
say
as I
raid,
would
this
like
is
to
what I'm
put here.
talking about.
Yeah.
This, like, okay, like when I say that, like that's like an S tier raid. If I'm talking about like a Destiny raid in general, I'm talking about some S tier shit. Deepstone Crypt
Yep.
definitely belongs up there, if
Yep.
anything.
There's a reason
Like,
it's one of my most played raids, even
Yeah.
though
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like some of the encounters as much.
I would
like,
definitely agree that it
mechanically-
is S tier, but it is definitely the lowest of the S tier,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
absolutely.
Yeah, there's better, but like
absolutely.
do like the status of this raid. Like I think it has to be in there.
Yeah.
Because there's
Oh,
also
yeah.
an argument too to be made. Every raid we talked about them standing to the test of time. And yeah, Deepstone Crypt has become marginally easier since the fucking
Mm-hmm.
release.
But
It's
it
still
is
just as fun to load up in
still
raids.
so
so
fun.
enjoyable.
Like
Yeah.
any other raid that we're gonna put on this list, you can't argue for it being
It-
as fun to load up right now and do it as Deepstone Crypt.
And by the way, we haven't even talked about the aesthetic of this raid.
Oh,
Like Europa as a destination was awesome. It's a peak
Peak,
destination.
and it's the best destination we ever had, period.
Until you got
In
blinded
terms
by
of
the weather.
destinations, in terms of
Yeah.
like purely destinations,
Yeah.
fucking
And
Europa
like you
mobs
start
them all.
in this massive storm, right? Which
yeah,
is
searching for the crypt.
yeah, searching for the crypt is awesome. Then you enter the crypt, you get to the Braytech aesthetic. The whole Braytech aesthetic is awesome. I love the sleek sci-fi stuff.
Mhm.
And then the space station is so good. You can see Europa in the skybox. It's so peak.
I think
It's
what makes
so peak.
the Braytech aesthetic so good is that at this point we spent 6 years in Destiny with grungy and gritty, destroyed, like scavenged looks, right?
Yeah, and the Braytech stuff all looks like it was built yesterday.
Yeah, and this is the first time we saw sleek and new, right? This was
Yeah.
like, oh, like this is untouched, right? This is truly an unopened crypt. And I
Yeah.
think that adds to it, right? Like there's obviously like in the first count there's some fallen stuff, but the further into the raid you get, the less fallen stuff is there because the newer they are to that zone because they've only got there
Yeah.
just recently. And I, like again, this is the only raid besides maybe one other we'll talk about that has a complete narrative to it. Right?
Yep.
Like Spire
I
Stars
know
comes
the
close to
other-
this in terms of the narrative, but like this one is a literal campaign in a raid.
You can know nothing about DSC and then still like get the story. Like you can know
Exactly.
nothing about Destiny's story and you get the story of DSC out of it.
Because like if we look at the raid before this, Guard of Salvation, ain't nobody knows what the fuck is going
Nothing
on in that
happens
raid,
in
right?
that
Yeah.
raids.
Last
You go
Wish,
there for
I should give
reasons.
Last Wish a bit of props on that.
Yeah.
But then like
Another good story
Leviathan
raid.
is just like, oh, a guy called you to fight. Okay, like
Leviathan wants to duke it out. Let's
yeah.
throw hands.
But like this is like the definitive experience.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, I think there's no other place it could be
Yeah.
but S tier.
Yeah.
Now-
it's goated.
Now
Now you
we
guys want to talk about some real Dookie dog shit?
Vault of Glass 2 D1 reprise rates. Okay.
This shit's ass.
The,
This shit is
Better
ass.
than D1. I
Better
would-
than D1.
Probably.
not by
I-
much.
I
Not
think
by
the
much.
If it
I
is,
think
then barely.
The only real saving grace that makes us better than D1 is Gatekeeper. I really like Gatekeeper's encounter.
Gatekeeper's better. Dare I say, Atheon is worse.
Atheon is
is worse.
so much worse, dude. They
Yep.
they made him out of paper mache. They
Well,
didn't
like-
give him any damn health.
It's not even that as well. Like as much as D1 Atheon is easier, the fun of like being ripped through time and then like, oh, we just gotta make our way out, right?
Yeah.
Is much more fun than we'll sit in the center and just shoot 3 oracles 3 times in a row.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like this raid takes D1 Vault of Glass and it's like we gotta do more because you do, if you're gonna bring this raid back. You can't just put it as is. But like the only real changes come from confluxes, which okay, they added more ads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Templar, not Templar and Oracles don't get changed realistically.
You have to do Oracles of Templar, don't you?
I thought you have to do that in D1 as well.
Did you? I thought.
I think you do.
I think you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
And
pretty
then
sure you do.
Gatekeeper is better. Gatekeepers is better. And then
Mhm.
Atheon is, I think, worse. So, like, is Gatekeepers being better enough to make up for Atheon being worse?
I don't think
No.
it does. Because
Yeah,
like
you're right.
we can make an argument for the loot, but the loot is arguably just as good at Destiny 2 as it is in
Mhm.
Destiny 1. The
Yeah.
weapons when they came out in Destiny 1, and even now, if you had to go play Destiny 1 now, and Vault of Glass is one of the best places to get good weapons from.
When we played D1 again a couple years ago, I got Baitbringer from Bottom Glass. I used it the entire rest of my time playing D1.
Real.
It
And
was
I
just
never
as good.
got one. Never. I'm not mad about it.
Ange, are we
Um,
happy with this placement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
once again can't get my full opinion on D1.
The D2 one now, but yeah.
Well, I'm saying in
Oh,
comparison
okay.
to
Oh, yeah,
D1.
yeah, yeah.
All right, you guys ready to talk about some Turbo Peak?
yeah, this is just definitely going on top of S tier for now.
Yeah, we'll discuss it, but I think like
Yeah, it's the
We can put it there for now. Well,
We
discuss
can
it.
discuss it. We can
There's one
discuss a
raid-
really
there's
glaring
one
flaw with
that
this
I
raid.
think- yeah, there's one raid that I think has a chance of beating it. I think we all know what it is, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. But yeah, fucking this raid is exceptional, but it has a glaring flaw in the
The
fucking
first-
opening.
Push the
fucking
payload.
Swamp, push the payload. That shit is
Yep.
hot ass. I snooze through that every time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then
it's
you
so
get
boring.
through it. Literally, the moment you get through that, the raid just fucking
Yeah,
takes
you
off
set-
running.
You set foot in Rolk's pyramid.
The first
and
time we realistically-
entire thing is just gas.
The first
Yeah.
time we ever really went into a pyramid.
Yeah.
I guess that's the Beyond Light mission, or the not the Beyond Light, the Witch Queen mission where we go into the Beyond Light pyramid.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but
But it's true. Like this is like, oh, we're facing something in the pyramid, right? Like
and also,
yeah, because the Beyond Light pyramid, we all knew it was just empty. It was just kind
it
of
was empty.
It was
yeah.
'cause it was for
just
us,
the
yeah.
cabal. Yeah, and it was uncharted territory too. We had no idea what we were getting into
Yeah.
when we went in there with that pyramid.
I mean, I think
Not
like
to mention brand new race.
Yeah.
mhm.
Even if it
introduced
was
Rolk.
just him,
But still, the first time we've seen like a unique model. You're right. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Just
First
like
boss that wasn't just a bigger version of something. Well, actually, no, Riven.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Riven. Yeah. Okay.
the fucking
we at least knew of the
Yeah, we knew of
Ahamkar and
Ahamkar. We
lore.
had no idea what Loop Ray
Rogue
was.
is a
before
brand
Rolk.
spanking
Yes, it's true.
fucking new.
We didn't know. Yeah.
dude, that moment when you get to Rogue for the first time, like I remember doing this shit on fucking day one, getting
Yeah.
to Rogue for the first time, had no idea what I was gonna fucking see in this fucking
Yeah.
room, and then Rogue fucking comes down, bro, and is talking his shit. That was the coolest fucking moment. I think like one of the coolest moments in this entire game ever.
And
Yeah.
I
Was that
think,
fucking moment right there?
yeah, Rolk, the first appearance of Rolk, like the first time you ever see him, is I think like a top 3 moment in the entire history of Destiny.
And you know what I think is even better about it is Bungie has able to preserve that in the raid. Because think about it, Riven
Yeah.
appears in a campaign mission, right? Like the
Yeah.
Witch Queen one. The Witness, which we'll get to, appears in Excision, which should happen for the Witness. Let me preface, I'm not mad that happens, but
Yeah.
Rolk is the only raid boss that is a unique model that is unique
Yeah.
to this raid and only this raid ever. You
And-
cannot find him anywhere else. They kept
Yeah.
him here.
And we can't talk about Rolk's entrance without talking about the music that plays, bro.
Oh.
When you walk up to Rolk and he drops down from that crux and you hear the darkness theme, but like as a battle anthem instead of the normal like
Mysterious,
pervading, like,
ominous, yeah.
mysterious thing, it is so good. Like you hear that, and like Michael Salvatore, obviously a genius composer,
Yeah.
right?
Like,
You hear Rolk's rendition of the darkness theme, and the only thing that goes through your mind is, oh shit.
yeah, like we've been hearing this theme for a good amount of the last year because of Beyond Light, right?
Yeah.
And hearing it like this, it's like,
always been
oh
a
shit.
motif in the background. It was
Yeah, it's always been a
never really
motif, right? It's
something-
honest, it's
Yeah.
encroaching. This felt like, oh shit, they're here.
Yeah. and it
Even
was
though
the
they've been here for the
main
past
thing.
year, I'm like, oh, they're here now. Like they're
Yeah,
here
like
to
this,
play.
like you
This
you
is
see
it,
Rolk
this is
drop in and you think
darkness,
this is
bro.
the darkness.
Yeah, but we'll talk about Rook and we'll talk about the rest of the raid because I do want to talk about the rest of it. But like this encounter as well is just so incredibly designed. Like
Yeah.
bouncing the buffs, reading the symbols, the Thunderdome in the middle where you're dancing around him, hitting beams, hitting his glaive. Like, oh, dude.
Rolk is genuinely just like the crown jewel of raid bosses. He's so good. Like the way he talks to you throughout the entire raid, he's awesome.
The first boss
And
to be
you can
threatening.
tell-
so sexy.
Yeah, first boss to be threatening, the upended as well.
The appended.
And then like you could tell because like obviously the whole thing that we learn about Rolk after he dies is, you know, the only reason we killed him is because he humored us enough to fight us. Like
Yeah.
we would not have been able to kill him otherwise. And you can tell that in his design in the boss fight. You don't even have to be told that. You can just tell by
Yeah.
looking at how he's acting.
Hold up, I
Like-
have to look through my gifs.
Like when he shoots the laser beam at you in the opening, like in the opening part of the encounter, he leans back when he does, like he's not taking the fight seriously.
He thinks
at
that's gonna kill you.
all. Yeah, he thinks it's gonna kill you. And he's like, wait.
Oh, I got it first. Look in the
Yeah.
fucking chat.
Yeah, the entire time up
Oh, yeah.
until actual DPS, he is just casual
Yeah.
walking around.
Eating
hands
the
behind
breaks
his
out of you,
back.
bro. And do you remember
it-
when the
it-
fucking the concept art for Volk released and you could see him like with all these fucking martial arts shit, bro? Like
Oh
Volk
my
is
God,
just such
dude.
a cool
So
fucking
cool.
character.
Yeah, I
Dude,
remember
knew as soon as
the
we got to that, I was just gonna be talking about Rolk the entire
yeah,
time.
but we gotta talk
Well,
about the rest of the
Rolk
raid.
is- Rolk,
We gotta
Rolk
talk about
alone
the
is
rest
good
of the
enough
raid.
to put this raid in S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro.
Rolk is
But-
the crown jewel of boss
But I
fights
think
in
what puts
Destiny
us
2.
so far up is the other encounter still on top of this, because the first encounter
Yeah,
is the
the
best
rest of
first
it is still
encounter in any
great.
raid, besides maybe one we'll talk about later. We'll get to it. But
Yeah.
like, it's great. It's kinetic. People are doing things, right? Everyone's doing something, right? 3 teams of 2, right? You got readers, you got defenders, you got runners. I think it's great, right? And like, kind of like mapping your way through the room, like, you know, okay, we gotta go kill Dark Knight. Okay, now we're going onto this side of the room. Okay, and then we're going here, and then we're killing this guy. Like, I think that's super neat.
Yeah, and it's very hectic the
It's
entire
very
time.
hectic. Yeah, right. People are crossing past or flying past each other. It's
Yep.
great. Caretaker, I don't have too much to say, but I think he's still just a good boss, right? Like,
He's a good boss.
I think maybe one person's not doing anything, because I think you have 2 stunners, 3 runners usually, and then one guy's kind of just killing out.
Stunning
But I
him was
guess,
kind of a snooze fest.
Just glorified ad clear.
Yeah.
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 But I'm not gonna hold that against Caretaker. I still think Caretaker's a very fun
Yeah.
boss fight.
Yeah.
Again, the
exhibition.
setting of
Even though
moving
really
up
it's just a
Caretaker.
big giant
Yeah.
DPS jack. That's all the boss
Caretaker,
really is.
Yeah.
Caretaker's like got one of the coolest boss arenas, by the way.
Yeah,
Like the way it's
Oh,
all stacked on
absolutely.
top of each other.
yeah, just constantly going up a floor every time you do DPS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think my only complaint is just the
the-
health gating for him.
The third
is a little
encounter,
annoying.
Yeah.
the
Third
fucking, like,
exhibition.
the
It's
Exhibition.
so good.
it's peak. It's fucking fantastic.
It's so good.
dude.
It's
That
got that
was-
chaoticness of nuclear descent, but it
Yeah.
also has like that actual like teamwork like mindset and like working together and like actual urgency.
Up until another encounter that Panther definitely knows what I'm talking about. I think Exhibition was, up until a certain newer encounter, the best non-boss encounter that we ever got in the game.
Yeah.
It's just so, it's such a fucking good, such a good encounter, dude. And then,
It's-
yeah, you get to Rolk, and Rolk is. I actually think the first like as a buff dunker in Rolk, I think the first part of his boss fight's actually like, it's nothing special. Like it's all like there's like the way you push towards him by getting rid of his field is really cool. But like so much of what makes Rolk so great is contained within the Thunderdome, I feel like.
Yeah, but I don't think that lead up is bad though, right? Like, it's not as
But
good
it's
as Thunder,
not
but it's not bad.
It's just it's not bad, but it's not like it's not just like amazing. It's just like it's another Destiny 2 pre DPS raid boss mechanic,
Yeah.
and then you get up to the Thunderdome and it's just so fucking peak.
Yeah. And like the loot's great as well for this raid, right?
Yeah.
Some of the best raid weapons I think we've ever gotten
Yeah.
in terms of like
Cataclysmic,
design. Lubray's Ruin.
Libera's Ruin was good.
Subjugation,
Hypnotic Blade was
submission.
Design
good.
for
Yeah.
the armor is low-key some of my favorite in the
Yep.
game.
It's pretty good. I feel like people didn't like it in the game, but I kind of liked it.
Submission was awesome.
Mhm.
Oh
I know
my
people
God,
like
Cataclysmic,
the fusion rifle or whatever because it could hit.
Deliverance, yeah.
Yeah, Deliverance because it could.
Oh,
it could-
Deliverance when it came out was a fantastic special weapon.
Chill
Remember
clip.
that stasis
Yeah.
with chill clip, bro.
I kind of like the pulse rifle too. I don't know, but I kind of like the pulse rifle.
I like the pulse rifle too, yeah.
I
I
like
get
the
it.
glaive a lot. But I'm
Yeah.
not one person fucking likes those.
I like glaives.
And
What
the
you talking
fell off
about?
of glaives. You don't use them anymore.
Because I use them so much. I use them more than you ever will.
Yeah,
feel
that's
like-
okay.
I feel like if DSC is a raid that is coasting entirely off of some genuinely great hype moments in Aura to get to S
The S
tier,
tier.
yeah, then Vow is that plus having genuinely amazing mechanics on
Yeah.
top of it.
I think Val the Disciple like defines what an S tier raid
Yeah.
should really be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
So peak.
or if there was any tier above S tier, it would go up there. Like this is the raid. Like once you do Deep Stone Crypt and some of these other ones, like, you're doing all this leading up to doing Val the Disciple. If you're
Yeah.
playing with like a newer player, and like even if you're not, like if you're just playing with the boys, this is just a fantastic fucking raid to go and play. It is
I remember-
so fucking good from
yeah.
start to finish, except for that one part at the beginning. Other than that, it's just fucking 100% peak, bro.
I remember Panther when Ryan was going through all the like content, like back when the Into the Light was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
When Ryan was going through all the content he missed, and he never done Val before. He didn't even know anything about Rolk. So we would go through Ron first, and he was like, "This raid, obviously it blows, right?" Well, we'll get to that. And then, like immediately after, I think you were there. We did Val with him like right after, and he did the first encounter. He was like, "This is the best raid in the game."
Yeah, banger.
It's-
S tier.
It's
Will it
such a
get
good raid.
dethroned? We'll see.
Will it get
Kingsfall
dethroned?
2.
Yeah, that's the question. Better
I
than Kingsfall 1.
will. I'd like to take lead in this one.
Okay.
Because I actually low key love this raid. I think this is in the same boat as Deep Stone Crypt in the sense of like if you're gonna show someone a Destiny raid, show them this. Because here's
I
the
would
thing:
agree with that.
you
That's
have
fair.
the opening encounter, which is fine. Again, it's the relics and whatever, but it's getting people into the raid. The jumping puzzle again is fine. It's a little
Yep.
slow now, but after you've done it a lot of times, totems is just a good encounter. Ad clear and whatnot, right? Like getting used to the raid. War Priest banger.
Yep.
Golgoroth banger.
Yep.
Garge is good. And I think Oryx is fantastic with the changes. They changed everything I ever would have wanted to about him. Because I thought the scale of him was great. I thought the echo was great. The bombs were great. I just didn't like that you couldn't speed it up, and now you can.
Kingsfall 2 is how the nostalgia people out there talk about Kingsfall 1.
Exactly. I don't like Kingsfall 1.
True.
And Kingsfall 2, I think
It was
deserves
great.
A tier.
I think,
That's
yeah, I
my
think it
that
deserves
is my
an A.
pitch.
I was gonna say A, yeah. I think everything about Kingsfall 2 is just infinitely better than the original. It's what the reprised raid should have been.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would put
It's
it
like-
right here.
It's literally King's Fall, but with all of the stuff that I didn't like about it taken out. So yeah, A tier.
Yeah. Where are we
Yeah.
probably to the right of Wrath that we're all feeling?
I would,
I
yeah,
should put it
I would,
above
I would
Wrath.
agree with it.
I
on
would put it above
either side.
I
personally.
think I would too.
We're kind of getting to that point where aside from Raw and everything that we're about to see is just kind of mogging everything in Destiny 1 now.
I think
Yeah.
what we will say though is this is the biggest gap between a reprise raid.
Yeah.
I think at least.
I think so.
Like I mean both the last one was right. Like but we'll see where Crota sits. Maybe we'll discuss it and I'll change my mind, but like we'll see.
Yeah.
Root of Nightmares.
We're Nightmare.
Okay.
This raid is some
Only-
hot ass.
This raid is some bullshit.
This raid is
Let
really
me fucking
bad.
say, bro.
What raid?
This raid
This is a
makes
dungeon.
me
We're doing a
mad.
dungeon tier list.
Yo,
This fucking
This raid actually, this raid actually makes me mad. Like Planets is a really cool encounter.
I love planets.
Planets is
Well,
great.
hold on. Let's talk about some positives.
Okay.
One of the best soundtracks in a raid.
True. Yeah, that's just Lightfall in general. The Lightfall is, I think it's the best
Yeah.
OST the game ever got.
The scope of the raid, like the setting, incredible. Planets,
Pyramid, but with light,
Yeah.
awesome.
planets, good. And last one, ad density, incredible.
Also really good. Yeah.
dude, I could go on and on about the good things that happen in this fucking raid, like things that it has going for it. Like everything you fucking said, dude. The fucking loot in this raid was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Except for some armor pieces. Like the rest of it was fucking fantastic. And like just the story happening here is fucking insane. Like Nezarek is just resurrected out of nowhere. This guy who has just been no more than a fucking name on a warlock helmet for years.
Well,
It's not even
resurrected
out of
from the
nowhere as
traveler.
well. It's,
Yeah.
yeah,
From-
the traveler
yeah.
shot the beam into the ship and resurrected him on accident. It's
And
crazy.
you see his body growing in the first encounter.
Mhm.
Yep.
You
That
can
first
literally-
encounter room is where the final boss takes place.
Mhm.
But overgrown
It
by
has
all
the same
the
thing going for it
new
that
stuff.
fucking Deepstone Crypt did. That's one of the things that made Deepstone Crypt so fucking fantastic was this same exact thing. And this is a fucking bonus point for Ron, is that it does this. And just Nezarek as a character is fucking like up there with Ro. He's not as good, but he's up there.
Yeah, where's the
He's
gift that I
fucking-
made?
He's a fucking like compelling and interesting raid boss. You know, the way that they built him up during Lightfall, as mid as the campaign was, the build up to Nezarek was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, you know, you get to the final boss room and you see he's got this like fucking like darkness pyramid cannon built that is
Yep.
pointed right at the fucking heart of the traveler. It's like, damn, okay, this guy's got to go. He's a fucking problem.
Hey, I love
This
posting the
guy
GIF.
needs
Panther.
to
Make sure you
die.
include this in your video when you edit it. I posted this GIF real quick.
Yeah.
I made this.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it. Yeah. Like, here's how I like to describe Rude Nightmares to people. Imagine you go to a nice restaurant, right? You dressed up, you get in there, it's great atmospheric lighting, the place is really nice, the waiters are really nice to you. They sit down, the menu looks fantastic. You order something off the menu, they bring it to you, it's on this really nice dish, it's presented beautifully. Yeah, you know, you get your knife and fork out, you take a bite, and you're like, oh, this actually tastes like ass.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is actually
literally.
horrible.
You know what?
It's dog shit.
I'll tell you
dude.
exactly how to describe this raid. Brood of Nightmares is the best campaign mission ever designed for this game.
Holy fuck.
Dude.
And I can
But
say
honestly,
that
man,
because in the final shape, the mechanic from Ron was a mechanic in the first mission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's a consistent mechanic like throughout the campaign, isn't it? It happens a lot.
It
And I
happens
think
once
only
again.
happens in
Yeah,
the first
it
one.
happens in another mission. It's when you're
Does
going
it?
to
Okay.
Ikora.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Either
yeah.
way, I feel like Root of Nightmares has a lot of good things going for it, but
Yeah.
And none
But
of
the-
it
things that-
is the mechanics. of the
Exactly.
raid.
None of it's the
Yeah.
meat and
Yeah.
I
potatoes.
feel like everything that's going against Root of Nightmares just brings it down so far.
Yeah.
It sinks
Like-
down this
like,
fucking
Because it's
tier list
arguably
because
the
of
most
that.
important thing.
Exactly right. Yeah, like
Exactly.
they got
The-
so much
the-
right, but the most important, crucial element is what they got wrong.
Yeah.
The
this
most
raid
important thing
is
that Destiny's always been able to
disaster.
nail is the fucking gameplay feel of it. And Root of Nightmares has everything except for that. The
Yeah.
gameplay feel of it is fucking boring. The whole raid is a snooze fest. Planets is okay, and Nezarek is okay, but these things are still like
wasn't
for planets, it's like 4 people are doing something, 2 people are still snoozing, and for Nezarek, usually it's like 5 or 4 people are fucking snoozing through that encounter.
Yeah, it's
Wasn't the
2
theory-
runners and everyone else is ad clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will
wasn't
say-
the
ad clear.
theory
One
about
guy
it at
keeps
first?
Nezarek's hatred, but that's
Though
Yeah,
the theories
wasn't
was
the
in
theory about it
suspension.
at first about Ron was that it was supposed to be a dungeon in the original version of Lightfall.
Yeah, and Explicator
And
would have been part of a
before it got
yeah,
scrapped. Yeah, Planets was actually part of the raid, which is why it's so much
different.
like so different and so much better than everything else in the
Yeah,
raid.
that was the running
Yeah,
theory.
because it really feels so out of place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Because I remember I joined you guys late because I was at school when this raid came out.
Yeah.
And I joined, and you guys were on Planets, and I was like, okay, this is a really cool mechanic. And I said that to you guys. I said, guys, this mechanic was kind of awesome. I really like this boss fight. And you said, oh, cool. The rest of the raid was nothing like that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, that was running theory because like this is before.
Didn't
I mean, this is
they
probably
also
made
have like
before
a
Lightfall was
bunch
split.
of like wait no, Lightfall was delayed, wasn't it? Or was it?
It was not. It was the only.
No, it was the only expansion
it
not
was
delayed.
The only like I guess.
So,
you could
yeah,
say
it was
high
rushed
priority
then.
expansion not
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
delayed,
Yeah.
like without a doubt it was.
And-
Well,
rushed
because
then.
they had to split Lightfall into the final shape because
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
like final shape wasn't going to be a thing at first. They said they were going to end this 10-year
Lightfall.
story. It was going to come to a moment
Lightfall.
with Lightfall, and then suddenly they were like, final shape's coming, and that's the end of the story.
Yeah,
So
well, they're like, we
okay.
actually need more time, which they did for the story. They did.
They did for the story. Yeah. I think like the final shape is excellent. I think it's the best campaign. I'm not sure if it's the best expansion. We'll get there, obviously.
Yeah.
But it is like the best campaign. It was an excellent ending. But if they ended it with Lightfall, I don't see how they could have pulled it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lightfall, like as much as Lightfall was like kinda in a sense the final nail in the coffin for this game, or one of the final nails in the coffin, I feel like in the end, with how the game ended, its 10-year saga, it feels like a necessary evil, and Ron is just a very unfortunate byproduct of
Yeah.
that.
Where are we putting? I
I think
I feel like you can't put
I
it in
think
F
it
or
goes
D.
no higher
It's
than
not F tier.
C tier. No higher.
I
than
agree.
feel like
I agree. It's
C
not
tier,
B.
Yeah.
I
It's
would
not
put it
King's Fall levels are
above.
bad.
I
I'll put it
would
above King's Fall.
dare I say I would honestly put it. I would definitely put it above Garden of Salvation. Because another thing that we're keeping in mind here. Sorry, I'll let you speak in a second. I just want to say this. Another thing we've said a lot for all these raids is like the fun factor of going back and playing it right now. And like, Root of Nightmares might be a snooze fest, but like, it's one of those raids where like people will be like, "Yeah, we're doing Root of Nightmares," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm okay with
Yeah.
that." I'm
Yeah, it's
not
like
bent out of shape
it's a fun time with the homies. You know, it's a
because like all the other good things that I mentioned are fine, and when you're with the boys, you can just kind of like zone out, and the gameplay sense is really just like whatever. I'm playing with the
Yeah.
boys. It's an aesthetically pleasing raid. The soundtrack is great. The boss is cool, so I'm
Yeah.
having fun.
the first time
You
you
can
hear
still have
that.
fun playing Root of Nightmares.
Yeah, it's actually not even the first time that like every time you hear that DPS theme start for Nezarec, it's like an orgasmic experience.
Yeah, man. And there's Rex screaming in the back, dude. It's fucking
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
Which, by the way, that choir at the start of Nezarec's DPS phase is not in the official version of the soundtrack.
I would say honestly, it's I don't want to say it's at the top of C tier, but I think it's above Crota.
I mm, I could see that. Yeah, I can see
I
that.
think if you just compare Crota flat out to Root of Nightmares does Mog Crota. Like it's you know what I mean? Like
Aesthetically, yeah,
what does Crota's have going? What does Crota's end have going better for it than fucking Root of Nightmares?
I can see
Really?
that. Yeah, the Chronos and Root of Nightmares are kind of in the same boat, where like they're
Like they're just
really
very mid
cool.
raids, but you can still have fun
Yeah,
playing
they're
them.
really cool, but except for the part that like matters the most, they did not nail.
Yeah, exactly. But Crota's barely had a soundtrack.
Yeah,
So.
true.
Angel, what do you want to add?
Why goes with Chrono because of that.
No, I agree with the positioning.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is it
so
here?
above
Above
Crota
Crota?
then.
Yep.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Crota,
Crota's End too.
Speaking of
Okay.
Crota, ooh.
I really like Crota's End too. Actually, I'm kind of in the
I
same boat as this as
I
Panther was with
agree.
King's Fall too.
I like Crota's End too a lot. I
Mm.
think sometimes it can really slow down to a snail's pace.
When you have a good
But
team, by the way, as we found out recently, Master Crota's End is fucking awesome.
yeah. But then
Yeah.
when you have a shitty team and you're stuck on fucking
Death
totems
Singer.
forever and you're stuck on Death Singer forever and you're just like, man,
Yeah, like-
I wish I had a shotgun in my throat.
But we're
right
not taking
now.
into account Master.
Yeah.
But
We're not.
aren't we? We took into account the procedures and the hard
No,
we
modes?
did not.
We didn't. We
We
mentioned
talked about 'em.
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
But we
talked about
didn't
that,
take 'em
we
into
didn't
account.
take them
Yeah.
account, yeah.
I guess
here-
whatever.
Here's the thing about Crota. I think the first half is mid and the second half is good. Totems is
Yeah, that's fair.
like the Abyss
Yeah.
is worse than in D1.
True.
The
Yeah.
abyss is
Because
so
we're just
ass.
invincible at this point, right? Like they have to literally just like throw shit in our way to stop us, right? The
Abyss is worse
concept of
than
that
in
encounter
D1,
doesn't
yeah.
work anymore.
And also something we got to take into account is the Abyss has so much less aura in D2 than it does in D1 because
Yeah.
you can see.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, the lighting is so bad, and
Yeah.
just the amount of grief that can happen in this encounter because of people just like trolling.
You get one person
write
on your
this
fire
down.
team that is just like insistent on using Eager Edge the entire time. Like, it can literally throw your run of Abyss.
Can I say this might be controversial for me to say? I would put it above Last Wish. I think
I actually agree with that. I do agree
I
with
think
that.
because we did bring up a lot of negatives for Last Wish, and Crota's End 2 definitely has a lot of negatives going for it. But I think well, first of all, I think the loot is much more compelling in
Yep.
Crota's than in Last Wish. Some of the weapons you can get out of that raid are fucking fantastic, especially at the time when this came out, dude. The Swordbreaker was like a defining fucking low man method, like one-shotting bosses all over the
Yes,
game.
sir.
It was fucking insane. And just like the other weapons you can get from this raid are really, really interesting. And the armor set, dude, the fucking Age of Triumph armor set from Destiny 1, like
Dude.
that shit is good.
I know
It's
it's in
fire.
quotes, but Aqua said he didn't like the Age of Triumph armor set, and I actually like wanted to kill him.
Yeah, he's a heretic, and I hope he's watching this and hears me saying that. He be spouting some bullshit, and that was that time.
True.
I mean, in defense of putting it, I think because I think it is B tier. I'm in agreement. I think it's weirder than Last Wish. If we're talking loot, the loot here is good, but like Last Wish had so much loot. Like think about how many weapons it had and how many were used for that season, right? Like people loved Chattering Bone. People loved not fourth time charm, whatever the auto rifle was. Why am I forgetting the name of it?
You're forgetting the name of it because it wasn't that beloved, brother.
Oh, it's pretty good. Supremacy is
Uh,
a loved sniper rifle. Apex Predator was
Apex Predator was really
huge.
bad when it first came out.
yeah,
It's-
it took a while for Apex Predator to find
That was
its
just
place
yeah,
in
when
the
Rocket
it
Man,
game.
but like
it was when it got reprised and became craftable that became really, really
Yeah.
good.
I don't know,
Because they
like,
made rockets really good.
Yeah.
yeah, but like in terms of the Crota stuff, like I think they left out the bangers. Like they left out Oversoul's Edict. They left out Black Hammer.
No, the Oversoul Edict is still in the game.
Is it? It's in
They
the
left
game?
out Black Hammer because Whisper exists.
True.
There were definitely weapons that Crota Zen left out, but I
But
can't
yeah, because
remember what they were.
D1 raids had the full set. Because Crota
Yeah.
has Word of Crota, Abyss Defiant. Like it has the hand cannon, the auto rifle. I guess the pulse rifle. I thought it didn't have it. It has the sniper. It has no, it doesn't. Sorry, it's the shotgun. It has the LMG. What's the last one?
It does not have a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Okay, the only thing I will say in regards to this point is if we're gonna not Crota Zen 2 for this, we also have to knock King's Fall 2 and Vault of Glass 2 for it. Because they did the exact same thing. They
I
didn't
mean,
bring
I'm
back
okay with
all the
knocking
weapons
Vault of
from
Glass
there.
too. That shit is butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
We'd have to-
King's Fall picked the good weapons, which is why I'm
They
saying
did
like
pick the good weapons.
that's what I mean,
Crota
right?
Zen
Like if you're
2
gonna pick them,
I think if we're talking purely about the loot, then I
didn't-
still think Crota's beats Last Wish.
I think it does, yeah. Like
I
Crota Zen
think
2
because
didn't
like
pick
even
like
if
the
it
most
did get
iconic
better
weapons.
later,
Crota Zen 2 didn't pick the most iconic weapons from Crota Zen, but the weapons they brought back were still good.
I think it really could go on either side of Last Wish. I think it's a really hard
Yeah.
tie
Yeah,
there.
I
honestly.
personally can't say it's better than Last Wish. I can say
Yeah,
it's right
I'm with you,
below.
Ange.
I cannot say it's better. Just overall.
I agree to that. Yeah, I can go
I
either
would
way. so
agree with
to
that.
here.
I think what they did to Crota himself was an interesting way of making his fight
Yeah.
more engaging. I still think it's a snooze fest because for like the first 10 minutes of the fight, you're fucking building charges on the
Mhm.
fucking chalice. And like especially if you want to completely optimize your fucking DPS, you
Yeah.
need to have this like 5 people have to be enlightened before you go in with the final sword.
Yeah.
And it'd be one thing if you could do the way that I thought you were able to do it. For some reason, I don't know why I thought you could do this, but you could fucking if you're able to stack swords, like have multiple people go onto Crota with a sword instead of doing them one at a time, that would probably put this raid higher than
Yeah.
Last Wish.
Yeah.
I think
But you can't do that, and so
The-
Crota is a snooze fest
Yeah.
until you get
biggest-
the damage phase, and then you're just damaging a boss.
Yep.
Mhm.
The biggest problem about the chalice mechanic in Crota Zen 2 is actually something that people had misinfo about for the first couple weeks of the raid being out, which is that getting kills does not increase the speed that the Chalice of Light fills.
but it should.
If that was the case, banger
Yeah.
raid all the way through.
I think as well, my take on this is that they designed this for contest. Because during
was definitely a
contest,
design
by the
contest
time you
for it.
got through killing the knights and the ogres to spawn the sword bearer, someone probably had enlightened, right? You were probably building enlightened as you went, right? Like when the last sword dropped that you need to start DPS, everyone was enlightened because you had time, right? Whereas now, since we kill so fast, like and by now I mean like normal mode, not contest. Like you just kill so fast that you are waiting around for enlightened. But like if the combat challenge had been as difficult as contest, or at least close enough, where like you are building an extra enlighten per sword phase, it would be better. It would be better.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to talk about
Alright.
Pantheon. I don't think I can
Yeah,
add a
let's
thing on
talk about
here.
Pantheon here.
Oh, add
Can't add
additional
it yet.
images. Hold on,
Oh.
let me.
Get a Pantheon image.
Pantheon 1 image.
Make it one of the like the Hollow Knight Pantheons. I think we are all gonna have basically nothing but positive things to say about Pantheon 1. So like that
Honestly,
was
is this a safe time to say I don't remember what they've changed in Pantheon 1?
Maybe.
I mean, well, yeah, they didn't really change much except
They didn't
for
change much.
the like.
Okay, there's
last four
Pantheon
bosses.
1.
Jesus Christ.
The first four bosses they didn't really change much at all. Like Atrax, I think they literally just added a Tormentor.
Yeah.
Planets, they added a Tormentor. Fucking Golgoroth, they added an Unstable Light to DPS phase
added fucking Unstable
and
Light.
more ads. And I forget what the fourth one was. what the fourth, like when the first four encounters, I forget what was what was it? It was fucking Golgoroth planets, Atrax, and what?
I don't remember.
Golgoroth planets, Atrax.
Was it Rolk?
No,
No,
Roke was
no,
Roke
there
was
were
the
different
final.
versions.
later four. I'm talking about
Yeah.
the first four, like when Atrax
Yeah.
came out, the first week of Pantheon.
What was the final?
It was fuck, man.
Well, the final was Atrax. The final was Atrax, but
Yeah, the
Yeah.
final was Atrax. It
Caretaker.
was like
Caretaker.
Yes, that's
Caretaker.
what it was.
Jesus
That's right.
Christ.
Yeah.
I don't think they changed anything about Caretaker, unless they changed
The
something that happens
bees.
in the.
The bees.
The bees,
Yeah,
yeah, the
like,
bees.
That's
that
it.
gave you pervading darkness when they hit you, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you have to keep in mind the later encounters, like the shit that they did to fucking Rolk and Riven and Nezarek and
Yeah.
Riven
Oryx.
and
it was
Rolk
Oryx.
especially.
Riven and
Riven and
Rolk
Rolk especially.
Orcs didn't change much,
and
but I just loved that fight on a hard difficulty.
getting to Nezarek and running through all 8 encounters at -20 in a gauntlet is probably the greatest raiding experience of all time, in my opinion.
I
Doing
will
that
agree with you
at
because
the
of the raid that's
time,
coming up next. At the time, yes.
at
Yeah.
the time when we were doing this, and I think this especially, I might be especially biased because of just how like limited this was.
Mhm.
Because I'm sure if we went and did it now, we would blow through it with ease. But fucking like at the time, dude, just the fucking I'm just gonna sound like a broken record. The 8 encounters at -20, all of them
Yep.
being fun encounters, except for maybe planets, but that was just
Yeah.
because it was hard.
And it was all brutally difficult, but it was
Yeah,
fun.
it was brutally difficult, but it was like, man, I love the way this hurts. This is
Yeah.
fucking fantastic. It's
It was such an
the
achievable difficulty.
Yeah. It was
It's
fair.
very
It was
achievable.
fair difficult.
They took
Hmm.
one of the greatest raid bosses of all time in Rolk and made him exceptionally more fun.
Yeah.
because-
I was bringing up the fact that it's a fair difficulty just makes me think about this new Pantheon.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
Oh,
The
I'm fine with
fucking
that.
oh, dude, just I can go on and on about Pantheon 1, but I believe that it goes right above Val the Disciple. It's top of S tier for now.
I actually agree. Yeah.
But
agree.
I think it goes to the top of S tier. I think it's just a
the
fantastic
way,
experience from
When
start
we
to
get
finish.
to EDP, there we're gonna have to explain to Crusader the final encounter and how
Yeah.
that might affect our ratings of it.
Yeah, we'll
But
play
we'll
the
get
top
there.
of S.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're gonna have to explain the entirety of EDP. I hate
Yeah.
saying that.
All right,
All right.
Salvation's Edge.
So Crusader said that the finale of Pantheon was the greatest rating experience of all time. I think that I'm gonna go a step higher than that. I think Salvation's Edge on contest, specifically on contest, even though we didn't clear it because Comcast are run by terrorists.
We did better than most
Comcast
teams, though.
didn't work for me.
We did fantastically during contest.
We did. I
We
think
were one of those first like top 100 teams to make it to the win list.
I think not only Salvation's Edge, but like the launch of Final Shape into Salvation's Edge as a whole, for me personally, is to this day my favorite gaming experience I've ever had. That
I
shit was so much fun.
100% agree. I
Me too.
like
Yeah.
just to say it early without explaining it. I think Salvation's Edge is the best raid they have ever made.
I agree. I was gonna say that. I think Salvation's Edge is top of S tier for me.
I agree. I think it's the king of S tier. It doesn't
It
go.
is
There's
so,
nobody.
like-
There's no raid that goes above Salvation's Edge.
We've
ever.
been saying it the entire time. This is the Destiny raid right here.
This is the final boss of raids, bro.
Yeah.
It does not get any better
Like,
than this.
Because you start that first encounter, it's everything you love about the first encounter of Val, but turned up to 11. It was so good. The aesthetic of the raid itself, like
The
at
music.
this point, right? We've been going through the pyramids stuff for so long, but like the way it's built in this raid specifically makes it feel fresh and new all over again. It's so good. The way the witness talks to you the entire time, he talks to you like you're this bug to be squashed. He's awesome, but like you can tell there's this disdain in his voice when he talks to you. The second encounter, Herald of Finality, awesome, incredible boss fight. Third encounter is kind of a nothing burger, right?
Third encounters is the one downside. It's a great
And then-
encounter, but it's just the first encounter again. That's the thing.
And
If you
then
take away the
we-
first encounter,
Yeah.
third encounter is great.
And then we get
Even
to Verity.
then, it's not that bad.
It's not
Oh
that
no,
bad.
it's not that bad.
Like,
It's quite literally just we just already had it, right?
Yeah, but I'm
But
okay with
then-
having it again.
we get
No.
to Verity.
Holy lord.
and Verity is
The greatest non-boss encounter in
the
all
greatest
raids ever.
non-boss encounter ever made
My
in the history of this game.
my defining moment is on the clear we did it. You know, the
You got the
music's
POV at the end.
I got the POV, like, so like I like, the one person gets left behind to save everybody, right? Which
Yep.
is such a cool mechanic. The idea of, like, memorizing your team's ghost or drip. How well do you know your fire team? Who belongs to
Yeah,
who,
exactly.
right? Who's partner? And like that last moment where I saw everyone around me getting like calcified or whatever, and I'm like, fuck, it's just me. The music swells up, right?
Yeah.
It's epic, it's glorious, and just bringing everyone back, and then just, oh, dude, it's
Yeah,
so
And then
good.
And
Plat, give me your address. I'm gonna give you fire head.
Yep. We
Yeah,
can go look at the clip right now. I have the entire last phase of Verity posted at TQC closer
yeah,
clips.
like it's unironically a generational encounter, one that, like,
it is. Yep.
they will never top. Well, I guess not never top, but
Yeah, they will actually never top it now.
yeah, but it's just a feat in
They
game
never, they
making.
couldn't anyways. There's
They
no way they
couldn't,
could
yeah.
beat Verity.
Yeah,
I remember Verity, Verity's excellent encounter because I remember like a week or two after Salvation's Edge came out, there was that Twitter post from someone within Bungie that was like, just letting you know that there are some people who made Salvation's Edge that don't know how Verity works.
yeah. It,
Yeah, I
it's
believe
simply
that.
incredible.
I believe
and
it was
also-
a small group of crackheads who made Verity,
Yeah.
and nobody else understands how they did it.
Yeah. And then you
And
get Witness
also-
as well, which is like
yeah, Witness
incredible.
is-
Like that damage phase is so one of the best damage phases I think in the game.
Yeah, I
right,
think it's
like-
the best.
Yeah, the movement of it, like the fast paced nature, like you always got to
You
be
have to
watching. You can't just like
be on
fucking
top of it.
You
strafe
can't just
around.
sit there in a well and shoot your
Yeah,
gun
it's
at
not
'em.
just sit there and shoot at them. You're
Yeah.
actively avoiding attacks.
And even like even though
you're
Roki were
duking
doing
out
that,
with each other.
like this one's like you got to be on top of it, bro. Like this is like insta kill style shit. Like they
Yeah.
they cooked.
Like if you got caught in that beam on contest, you were dead. Like if you didn't
Yeah.
move, it
Even
just killed you.
nowadays, you get caught in that beam, you're
Yeah.
still dead,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Yeah, but
That
like
shit
there's
is not
like
something
a
you can
small
ignore.
margin of error where you can escape it if you like move out at the very
Yeah,
beginning of it.
like you can
like-
get out of it.
Yeah,
but
but
I
for
like
the
remember-
you're
most
probably
part,
dead.
I remember on contest, if you were not locked in for a second during
Yeah.
DPS, that could doom the run.
yeah, it would. It did many times.
Yeah, it did.
It's just- yeah, true.
Many times. Oh, dude, it's just so
Like,
good.
I-
There's no
when
competition here.
when
Salvation's Edge
I
is the best raid ever.
started understanding DPS, like when I was locked in, like I was never dying in DPS near the end of our attempts of Witness.
Yeah.
I remember every time we got to DPS, I was looking at my screen like this.
Yeah.
in the Terrence Fletcher stare.
Yeah, no, like it's such a the ad, like they're devious. They're all. Can I just say this as well? They're devious with their fucking ad placements in this game because they're
Oh,
allowed
yeah.
to have every single race appear in this raid, right?
Every single race, yeah.
Do
You
Fallen
got Soul
appear?
Divisive Vex, you got Shadow Legion.
Vex don't
there's
appear,
the
do they?
The Vex do appear.
Or sorry,
in the
not
first-
Fallen. Fallen don't appear, do they?
I think they do.
I don't think so. Because
No,
it's
no,
Vex
they
first
don't.
encounter. It's pure
Vex-
Dread second encounter.
Yeah, Vex,
Vex, Dread,
Taken,
Shadow Legion,
Vex-
Cabal, and Taken.
Yeah, Vex,
That's all
Taken,
Yeah.
they
and
show up.
Dread,
But it's
Shadow Legion, Cabal.
We
it's
don't see any
everything.
Hive or Fallen.
No, Hive is in Verity. Hive's in Verity.
Hives and Verity.
And
Oh,
then
yeah,
yeah.
you're right,
and then
Hive's in
it's
Verity.
Scorn. It's Scorn and Subjugators in Dread.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's just Screams, but yeah.
The chieftains
there's-
too.
Chieftains.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
But no,
I'm-
like-
I'm a LARPing from goddamn.
Like they're able to, because like every other raid they have to pick a a race, be like, all right, this is our theme for the raid, right?
Yeah.
Whereas here they're like, we can really like mix and
Yeah,
match because this is the Witness's
this
army.
is-
This is his army.
Yeah, this is the finale.
and
And
so
also,
like they can just mix and match some devious fucking combos, bro. Like pulling you into Screebs, brother.
yeah.
You know who
And-
you are. You know who you are. Who
and-
made that?
If we're gonna talk about how, like I mentioned earlier, and I was looking at Salvation's Edge in the list when I said this, by the way, but earlier when I said the best raids that this game has to offer are the ones where you can feel the story in the raid.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. you can-
The
like-
entire campaign is getting ready for this fight
Yeah.
that we do.
It's- You go through it. The entire thing is like the Witness is an unbeatable enemy. How in God's name are we gonna even hurt this guy? and then
Not
you
even just like
figure
the
it
week
out.
before it, man. The campaign. We also got to bring up the fucking Into the Light update. That entire
Yeah,
event. It was
that
3
entire
months
event.
of preparing to fight the Witness.
Yeah,
You can even just
And
put the
then-
entire year.
All
You
of
can do the entire
Pantheon
year.
1, all of the fucking Into the Light, like grinding to get the Super Black and the fucking Onslaught, like all of that was in preparation for this raid. Everything.
Yeah.
We
And
were
then you
playing
get
so much Destiny to be ready for this day.
Yeah, and like you could feel like genuinely playing Destiny every day into the light, like grinding for the best weapons, like that Midnight Coup that I used literally the entire time
Yeah.
we did Salvation's Edge. And the GL, the Edge Transit with Cascade Bait and Switch
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that I got that like a week before Into the Light went away, and the like everything it genuinely felt like Doomsday prepping. Like
Yeah.
You could feel
Uh,
the tension leading
you
up to this
could,
fucking
and
raid.
then you do the
Everybody was
campaign.
so hyped.
Yeah, and then you do the campaign, and the campaign is just excellent. It's so good. And you get to the final boss where you actually fight the Witness, and it's not even a fight. It's just try to figure
Severing
out
his
what's
connection.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's figure out what's going on while trying your best not to die.
Yeah.
And then you figure out, like, you wound him at the end of the campaign, and then after that you get that debuff on your screen,
On your
like
character
on
menu,
your
yeah,
character
final
screen, it
shape
says
looms.
the end is near.
Or yeah, the end of the year. Yeah.
It's
The
just,
air
it's
buzzes with
it's there.
anticipation.
Can we just
Yeah.
say as well, like every raid encounter is white mechanic being the final shape looms until the final encounter where it is the final,
The final
shape.
shape.
Like
you get
if you
there,
fail
and
that
it's-
last encounter, he wins.
yeah,
the final shape
if you get
enacts.
there, yeah,
Yeah.
you get
I,
there.
I
and
love
it-
that. You're constantly on pressure with that
Yeah.
timer.
Yeah.
That's
And
saying,
just like the
oh yeah,
implication of like if we didn't go up into the monolith in the moment that we did to go and face the Witness, we would have just lost.
Yeah, we would have died. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like the
it's
final
like-
shape was going to happen there whether we were up there or not.
yeah. It's final shape looming the first 3 encounters, and Verity it's imminent end, which is like, oh god, it's coming. And
Yeah.
then you get up to the Witness, and it's the final shape. You're like, it's here. This
Yeah,
is the
always-
end.
this is it.
I don't know if this is actually how it works, but like we are in the Traveler, and so what I always view this raid as is like we're making our way up to the Witness, right? We're fighting our way, and Verity is Traveler's like the Traveler's last chance to give us like a power boost to
Yeah.
fight the Witness. That's always
That's
my
always how I
headcanon
read
of
it. Yeah, that's how I always read it. Because like, why would the Witness kill everybody but one Guardian?
And
right?
think about what we're doing. We're removing shapes from us, right? We're
Yeah.
moving shapes around. Like like my theory is like we're able to stand at the Witness. Like we're putting ourselves on quote unquote on his
Yeah.
level type thing, right? And that's why you're able to fight him in
yeah, like the
mission and like the actual
DPS
campaign.
phase takes place, like the DPS phase for Witness takes place on this like part of the Traveler that the Witness is chained down
Mhm.
until you start DPS, and it rises up and all the light starts spewing out of it. And
Yeah, you're standing in the Traveler's Light.
yeah,
It's
you're
the only way you're able to
standing
damage
in
him.
Traveler's Light's the only reason you're able to damage him.
Mhm.
Because other than that, he's impervious to damage. You can't
Yeah.
damage him at all without the Traveler's Light.
And then you kill the Witness, right? You kill him.
Dude, you're talking about the fucking wipe timer, and like it even adds tension because you literally see what that is in the
Yeah.
very first cutscene. The very first thing the game shows you when you go into the final shape is
Yeah,
that cutscene of Earth and the citizens in this last city getting shaped. They were all got like the final shape happened for a
Yeah, and
moment,
the Traveler fights back, right? And
and then the Traveler corrects it and fixes it. But like that is essentially like you see it from the rip, so you know what's going to happen. And then seeing that timer and it's like, okay, yeah, like this, we have to stop this guy or it's over
Yeah,
for
it's
everything
excellent.
ever.
And then it also just like another small thing is just the description of the raid. Like how every raid you hover over has that little flavor text on it, like everything else in the game does.
yeah.
And then you get to and then you get to Salvation's Edge. You hover over it, just says "Free the Light."
Yeah.
like that. That is peak.
It is so fucking fantastic, man.
And then you kill Witness on the monolith. You sever his connection from the light, and then he jumps off. He runs away, and immediately into Excision.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Excision is excellent.
As much as like this
Excision
is a
is
raid
excellent.
test, you have to almost include Excision in this because like it is directly.
It is a part of the raid.
Yeah.
As much as this is a raid tier list, right? You cannot do Salvation's Edge in the tier list without talking about quite literally the entirety of the final shape. Because this
Yeah,
is
we
this raid
we
is
did the same thing with
only-
Spire Stars and King's Fall. It's very common
Yeah.
thing happening.
This raid is only as good as it is because of how excellent everything building up to it was in the game,
Absolutely.
And it has banger encounters.
and has banger encounters.
Yeah.
But like, if it's a banger encounter, if it's a really good raid, but the story element isn't there, I don't think it'd be top of S tier. I think it would be.
No, I
like,
agree.
under
Yeah, we put it a little lower.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But, like, this
everything
was-
about that expansion, everything about it leading up to it was just fucking peak from start to
Yeah,
finish. This
like,
is
Contest
there's no
Salvation's
way
Edge.
that anything coming could beat Salvation's Edge.
Contest Salvation's Edge, even though we didn't clear, is the most fun I ever had playing a video game in my life.
Real, or probably will ever be.
It will stay that way, probably. Yeah.
Anyways, I want to say right now before we move on, I think I've only done Desert Perpetual like once, and I
think it-
remember just not
like-
liking it. So I'm probably not going to say much of anything for talking about Desert Perpetual, just because I don't have any opinion really to form. Besides, I was just like, eh.
Okay.
That's because I didn't do anything in that. Like, I remember just like joining, and you guys just ran me through it, and then we killed the boss, and I was like, okay. It doesn't help
Yeah.
that Edge of Fate sucked.
This is true. Desert Perpetual. Okay. So I've had a complaint here. I've teased to Sid.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the point of this raid? What are we doing here? I genuinely
This
don't
dungeon?
know.
Is that what you're going to say?
No, this raid. Generally, what are we doing
Alright,
here? Like, what is the
so
story implications of this?
I
Literally at
can't
all.
tell you. I can't tell you actually.
Is it not stopping my
when the conductor kills 3, right? He pulls him out of his realm at the end of Edge of Fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sends a lot of Vex in there to figure out how the 9 operate. So the entirety of Desert Perpetual is a Vex simulation of the 9's inner workings, and what they're doing in there is they're trying to figure out how to make the current day Earth and Golden Age Earth swap places, because that was the conductor's goal the entire time.
Yeah, this makes no fucking sense.
And the reason it failed is because the 9 literally can't do that.
Amazing.
So we know that. So we okay.
But she
Technically
doesn't
didn't
know
need
that.
to do shit.
Yeah, she
You-
doesn't know that though.
I
And
guess, yeah.
I assume we
And-
didn't know that either.
We did not know
That's
that.
why
yet.
we went to stop them.
We figured that out after Desert Perpetual actually.
Yeah.
So they kind of killed the story implication of their own raid after the fact, but like at the time, it was really cool.
I just feel like there's no
Literally.
like build up to this raid at all. I feel like it just kind of happens. I
It
don't
feels
know.
like you finished the
I
campaign.
definitely feel
for-
like there was at least a partial build up, because I mean, you're going through the entire story. There's a couple of main villains, and
Yeah.
the conductor is one of them.
Well,
and
yeah.
Conductor was the one villain that was unresolved by the time that you finished the campaign. So I think at least from that standpoint, it makes sense that we're going and fighting the Vex and
That makes sense.
the
The
conductor's
Vex was like,
minions.
I don't know. It's like I do not like that we're still dealing with the conductor post this raid. I really think like they should have like dealt with her here. I guess I don't know.
Well, and we're probably going to in the next expansion, but we're never going to see that. so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as an
It's the
actual
whole thing.
raid,
As an actual raid, okay. I have, I really like this raid.
I do too. I think this is a
I-
good raid. I don't think it's
I
S
think-
tier, but
Yeah, I think it's A tier. I think DP is a really good raid. All of the bosses are fantastic, right?
yeah, I think
You
the
get
only
the
one that I think is
Hydra.
not as great is the Hobgoblin.
Which is fixed in Epic, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get
I
there.
think.
It's not that it's a
I
bad
think-
encounter. It's just
Yeah. It's just not as good as the other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Every raid has a weakest encounter, and that Hobgoblin's that.
the Hydra's incredible.
The Hydra's awesome. I love the Hydra. We'll get to Epic.
Yeah.
I love the Hydra encounter. He's really fun. He's awesome. A thing that this raid does that actually happens kind of frequently, especially leading like in the more recent raids, but it doesn't feel like it because it's not as aggressive as in this raid, is you have to do mechanics during the DPS phase.
Yeah, I do like that.
Or yeah, like you actively benefit from it too. Like in Witness, like the mechanic you could say is jumping and dodging his attacks.
I wouldn't say
if
it's
you
good.
die
That's
from
just
that-
surviving.
Yeah, it's just surviving, but it's like a thing that's happening during
Yeah.
DPS, right? But this is like actively you have to do mechanics during the Hydra. He calls the 2 people to break his shield. If you do that, you get a DPS extend, and you have to stand
Wyvern.
in his shield to make him vulnerable as well. You can't just sit there.
Yeah, Byron's the
that's
one that
standard
doesn't
fight
have a mechanic.
You could argue diastole,
mean-
and also the fact that the hourglass ticks down while DPS is happening.
I was about to say you
I
can
guess.
technically extend
If you're-
DPS by
If you're not
still
prepped with
running.
the Chronon, then if you're not prepped with the Chronon, then when the hourglass hits 0, you still wipe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DPS is just
So you
as
need
long
to keep
as...
the hourglass full during DPS, which is cool. Hobgoblin. I really like Hobgoblin. The idea of the Hobgoblin encounter is awesome.
Yeah, me too. I like it on paper.
Like he's sniping
I
at you. and
really like
whole
the
idea
DPS
is
phase.
parrying the snipe.
Yeah, I think
And-
the DPS phase itself, like starting DPS phase, doing like the one person runs around,
Yeah.
stopping. Like I think that's really good. I just think the build of the DPS is kind of just
Yeah, and then Korgos is. I think Korgos is an excellent boss fight.
fantastic.
I love Korgos.
Yes.
He's so cool. The scale is there. The way he spawns in is awesome.
And then
The
they turned him
DPS
into a
is
boss
awesome.
for Ashenart.
No, they didn't.
They
Come
did.
on,
I
that's
looked.
consecrated mind.
No,
Oh, does
I
he?
looked the harpy form. Like when he's not when he's extended out, but when he's like just
Oh.
floating around. That is
Oh, is
like
it?
that is actually the
That's
same
crazy.
model. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. Obviously
Um,
not the full like starfish mode and like whatnot is
Yeah,
not,
but just like regular harpy form.
yeah, like when he's like condensed a little
Okay.
bit before
Okay,
he
like in his
unfolds.
roaming. In his
Yeah,
roaming.
his
form.
roaming form. Yeah, that is the same boss. I
Okay,
double checked.
interesting. That's awesome. I can't believe they did that.
Yeah.
But like Korgos is an excellent boss fight. The scale is on point with that fight. All of the it's the perfect example of all of the mechanics you've learned throughout the raid coalescing together into this final thing where you actually feel like you have to put everything you've learned into place. And the only thing that I don't like about the raid is the fact that there's no like actual traversal. It's just you go back to the hub and you pick your
Oh,
spot.
I actually actively hate the traversal in this raid. Because there is traversal between each encounter and you just do it again.
Oh yeah, but like there's no like linearity. Like
There's no
teased
exploring
this-
yeah.
Yeah, I teased this earlier when I said Leviathan. I do think DP does the non-linear encounters thing better than Leviathan because you can just pick which fight you do first. And if you
Yeah.
want, after you clear the raid for the first time, you can just go straight to the final boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's
that is a very good.
I think that's great.
Upside.
I love that you can do that. But the fact that there is no like special areas to go to after each encounter, it's literally you pick the boss, you go there, you
go
kill the
back.
boss, and then you do that place but backwards, and then you just pick somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's the only thing that I think is a real major downside of this raid, other than the fact that the raid exotic is fucking ass. But we haven't been talking about raid exotics, so
Yeah. I generally think this raid would benefit from just being a boss rush.
yeah.
Just let me do them back to back to back to back. Don't
Yeah.
no bullshit in between. Just let me be like boom, teleport, boom, teleport, boom,
Yeah,
teleport.
just teleports. Yeah,
I'm feeling right here.
I'm feeling it like mid A tier. Yeah, I feel like that's a good spot for it.
What
Yeah.
do you think, Ange? Yeah? Okay.
All right, here we go.
Epic Desert Perpetual.
As Epic does a professional. All right.
God.
So I know
Where would you put this in?
we had I liked this better than Base Desert Professional. Actually.
Okay.
Probably an unpopular take. And I know especially when it comes to the Hydra, right? And I was being silly with it when I was saying it last night. But like I do just like genuinely enjoy the Hydra. Like not trying to like skill issue it or anything. I do really like the Hydra fight. When it goes well, at least. I think all the mechanic stuff they made all the bosses better, I feel like.
Well, I'll talk about it.
That is where it's different for me. I'll just say it quick. I think one of the bosses are better. One of them, well, no, it's like half and half.
Yeah,
two of
I'm
the
with you,
bosses
Ange.
are better. Two of the bosses are
Yeah.
worse.
I think we have the same same thought
I think
process.
we
Ange.
know exactly what we're gonna say too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ange, you actually want to say it?
I know you're saying. I know
Yeah.
you're gonna say Korgos, right? Korgos. is
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Korgos.
High five, Ange.
I like.
Wow,
Korgos
it's a very hype and aura moments encounter, and it is cool that they completely change it. I think it is a downgrade just as an encounter.
Yeah.
I think
compared to the
mechanically,
normal.
yeah, it is a far easier encounter than normal Korgos, but he is just the novelty of it. Like, there's nothing like Epic Korgos in the rest.
Yeah, no, absolutely
True.
not. It is extremely unique, but
Yeah, it's so cool. Okay, yeah, I guess we should explain this to Crusader. Crusader, Epic Korgos in Desert Perpetual Epic is a time loop encounter. You go in and you have this like debuff timer on the left side of your screen that's ticking down the entire time, and you have to use information that you get in the first phase of that fight to go into the next phase. When the timer hits 0, he wipes your team and you get to re-rally, but the encounter is still going.
Yeah, so you have to rally
So-
before every phase.
You rally before every phase.
Okay.
Every single phase ends with him wiping your team and you re-rallying, but the progress you made in the encounter stays until the actual enrage hits. And
Okay,
Okay.
but like, here's the thing
technically,
though.
very technically, every single phase is different in how you execute it. Like, on a technical standpoint, it is. Like, it's the same idea, but like the mechanics are different each time you do it.
But I mean, I feel like a way
Okay.
you can think about it is quite literally just like imagine you do any raid boss ever, except but after DPS phase they give you a raid banner.
Yeah, they give you a rally. And
It's
it
it's
resets.
effectively that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a very novel and unique encounter, but is absolutely easier than normal Korgos.
I think the
Yeah, 'cause
problem
this
stems
thing
to the
is
fact that
rally all the fucking time. That
exactly.
sounds like,
Here's the thing, and I think this is a cool idea. The problem is they don't utilize it. If the idea
Yeah.
was that this encounter was so tough that you needed to rally every phase, awesome.
Yeah,
You really
you
don't.
know,
There's
the
like
DPS
you
check on
really
Korgos is
fucking
crazy.
don't. Like
Me and Clicker crack shot spamming the entire time. We hit like 220k DPS each on the boss.
yeah, like you do not need to rally every single time, but they give you the ammo, so it's like, okay, well, I may as well make this even easier, right? Like the
Yeah.
combat challenge is so easy because you're not worried about spending resources because you'll just get them back when you rally again. Like
Yeah.
you know, we
just
talk
blow
about
your whole load on every fucking DPS phase and
Yeah.
not worry about it.
I don't particularly have a problem with it, just because I think the entire encounter is so cool that I kind of can overlook it. The problem, my big problem with it, is that you can rally before final stand. I don't know why they let you do that. I think that is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane.
yeah, there's no the DPS check is non-existent. I haven't seen the
Yeah.
world's first race, but I would love to go back and watch it and just see if I'm right in the fact that Epic Korgos was solved super because there was no DPS check.
There was basically no DPS check.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the everything surrounding it is cool. It's just the way it feels like another encounter that was designed for contest. I feel like.
Yeah, the encounters are just a little too simple, I think, as
Yeah.
well for Korgos.
Yeah,
For
Korgos,
compared to Desert Perpetual, like normal, where it's like this is a complex encounter where everyone's doing something, right? Like you are solving shit as a team, and everyone's on the same page. Whereas like this one's kind of like one person can kind of just do most of it, realistically.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's
me, Flat, and Click are probably gonna go 3-man it when I get back from vacation. I don't know.
yeah, like
If
it's
they're insisting that it's a more fun. I still really like Korgos on Epic. I think he's
mean,
awesome.
yeah. They said that it's very fun in a 3-man fire team, and I will say what I said last night. If it's better in a
is.
3-man fire team, it should have been a
Yep, that'd
dungeon.
Be a dungeon. Yep.
Yep.
But no, I just like
Because
It's
you know
like-
what? You know what raid is better as a 3-man fire team? Root of Nightmares.
I think Korgos is the weakest part of Epic DP. I still like him more than normal DP Korgos, just because again how novel he is, how cool he is as a concept. The sauce, like Epic Korgos has so much sauce.
He does.
Like the feeling that you get the first time the wipe but not really happens of like what the fuck is happening
Yeah.
is so cool. And like time loop encounter in general is just like a really cool idea, and I really like it.
Yeah. I think they
Korgos
could have
is
done
the-
more with it though.
Epic Korgos is the main attraction of this raid, but there are 3 other bosses.
Yeah. The Wyvern is
This raid
definitely
was tough.
better. And the
Wyvern is
Hobgoblin
better.
is better.
I think
Yeah.
Hobgoblin is better.
And I
Hobgoblin is
think-
just like the biggest glow up, I think.
No, I didn't think the Wyvern's is. I think the Hobgoblin's not that much different.
I feel like
I
it's
like his
different,
final
it's
stand, but
tighter. The Hobgoblin is tighter.
the Hydra's tighter, yeah, but I think the Wyvern's the big selling point. And here's the thing: I think the Hydra would have been if not for these stupid fucking detain harpies that like in an encounter that is designed around you not shooting the wrong thing, and they spawn from the thing that you're not supposed to shoot, and so it's just like okay, let me if I accidentally fire one extra bullet, I'm restarting the encounter. Like that's fucking
Yeah,
dumb and
no,
stupid.
it also has the consecrated mind situation where it's like one
It is a
person fucks
really
up,
long fight.
you're really fucked over.
Yeah.
It's a really long fight as well.
Yeah.
I will give it that. I'll give you guys that. I really like the Hydra. I thought it was a great.
I
I thought
love.
I had a great time fighting the Hydra, but I thought it is way too long. I cannot imagine doing that fight in more than one
Yeah,
phase.
like here's the thing is like I
Yeah.
love the four-way communication train you have to do because like one person I'm communicating to one person, they're communicating to another, they're communicating like we're making a giant like square of communication of who we're listening
Yeah.
to. And I think the DPS is really cool. I think it's one thing too many. Like it's just one fucking thing too many that I don't think needs to be there, and just like slogs down that encounter.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know, I like the fact that like it's 4 people now instead of just 2. I feel
I
like
agree.
it makes sense.
I agree. It's literally just like remove the detain bullshit, and that encounter becomes 10 times better.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
get behind
love,
that.
I love the 4 people doing callouts. It's just they add on one thing on top of that, and
Yeah, the
that is
fact
the
that
problem.
like if the detains were just in the center, it honestly would probably
Yeah,
be
but the problem is
perfectly
if you hit
fine.
someone inside the room, it is probably a wipe.
It's probably
Yeah.
I will say this. I think the detains, without outright moving them, I think the detains could have been fixed by one small thing, and it's just letting you shoot out your own detain bubble.
Yeah.
Yep.
That too.
If you got detained and you could just shoot it out, it's instead of instantly wiping the fire team, it just
It's
becomes
punishing, but you can get
it's
out.
punishing, but it's more
Yeah.
of just like an inconvenience that you can get over and recover from.
Because if you get detained, you're going to lose time on your timer for sure because you'll be
Yeah.
out of the spotlight. Like, yeah, like that'd be more than fine. But no, like you're just cooked. But we got to place this.
Gotta place it, yeah. I
I think
personally
it's at
putting
least
it
tier.
above Epic DP, but
I can't say that it's above or below. I think at least for
I-
me
yeah.
personally, it is right on top of it. It
it's
is
tied.
exact same rating because
I'm
it
okay
has
with it,
its
yeah.
better
has its
parts, and
worse.
then it also has its downsides.
Yeah, I think I'm
and
with you,
it's-
AJ. It's like
They're
like
pretty
2 and
much
2.
equal for me that I cannot
That's
realistically put it
a
above or
valid take.
below.
Yeah. I accept that. I accept that.
All right,
Alright.
Pantheon 2.
Pantheon 2, which we still technically have not actually finished.
What's
haven't
the technic? Is it
Insurrection.
technically just insurrection that we
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah.
done?
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't done like the full gauntlet plus insurrection, yeah.
I'm
We can-
hoping
we
and
can talk about the
praying that we
encounter
can do it
changes.
tomorrow before I leave at some point.
Tomorrow, probably not, just because I have
Yeah.
to be up early as shit on Sunday.
Plat's not gonna be there tomorrow either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
true. We
That'll
can run
definitely
it
be
back when
something
you get
after you're back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about encounter
Um,
changes here though. Mainly because like
but-
the Leviathan does not change. Realistically.
Leviathan-
I would like to
Yeah.
fucking talk about the first 3 encounters at least. I think that in terms of like the novelty of like specifically, I'm not gonna talk about Galron right away because I do have a nasty opinion of Galron.
Uh-oh.
But I will say like the novelty of Argos and Callus coming back in like this pretty much the same way, actually exactly the same way they were before, is great in a sense that like it's been a while since we've been able to run these bosses, and they are in a vacuum fun. I still think Argos is like a C tier boss and an F tier raid.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
interesting as like as many things as that boss has going for it, it is still just Argos, Eater of Worlds.
Yep.
And Callus is again like a fun boss, but I feel like running that multiple times, it's gonna get to be like, yeah, this is still just Callus.
Mhm.
And I remember Callus, like I've done Callus a million times. It was never like a blow me out of my socks kind of boss. It was just like, yeah, this is fine. This is good.
Also, to take into considerations correlation of difficulty, because when Callus came out, he was difficult, but also with being stuck with double primaries. Now
Yeah.
he's obviously
Yeah.
a fucking cakewalk when we have
Yep.
so much better DPS.
The only thing they could really
options.
do is
Even
crank
back
up the
then,
intensity.
like when Forsaken came out and they opened up the
The
loadout.
floodgates, yeah.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. You could actually run a special weapon and a heavy weapon, like just fucking blew this raid out of the water.
Yeah.
Like a year after it came out, Callus was fucking babyified, and that definitely brings it down a lot. But like I said before, like the novelty of being able to like go and like Callus is back, you can go and run it now, and it's like okay, like this is fun. It's not horrible. Galron fucking sucks. I'm willing to acknowledge that the Crown of Sorrow version of Galron is a fun fight. I never played much Crown of Sorrow, so I can't really give much of an opinion on that fight. But if you guys are willing to say it's good, I'll agree with that. But the Pantheon version of Galron fucking sucks. It is a snooze fest of swapping buffs, killing ads until you fucking get to damage phase, and then you shoot the boss. Okay. It has the hands bit going for it, which is like something you have to do mid encounter, but otherwise you are just standing in a well
Yeah.
shooting the boss. And it doesn't go any higher or do anything more spectacular than
Mhm.
Argos and Callus. It's just another one of those raid layer bosses where it's okay. Um, so at least those first three bosses of Pantheon 2 bring it down a lot.
Yeah, it's just an issue of they didn't get changed, and they were pretty much just brought in as if it's exactly how they were when they came out, almost.
Yeah.
I actually do agree
So
with you,
it just
Crusader.
makes it so easy.
I don't like what they did to Garon on Pantheon version. I don't know why they took out the main thing that was making Garon fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you mentioned
they
that
put
earlier,
in
the
his
fucking the
challenge.
crystals that you had to shoot. Like that
Yeah.
actually sounds like an engaging and fun thing that would like keep you awake during this encounter.
Yeah.
That is just not present anymore. So now
it's
you're just
present,
snooze
but you have to
fest.
put on the challenge feat for it to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And
Which is
like
weird.
just yeah, you get tier 5s anyway, so like what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
So
only
yeah,
reason
like
you
the
do it
first
is
three
for 5
bosses
feet.
fucking bring it
Yeah.
down.
The second half,
Um,
though,
The second
I-
half,
I got something to say here. We did it the first time, right? We found out the first encounter is War Priest, but they combined tones, and I was like, that's a little weird. I don't know if I'm a fan of it. And I was proceeded to shown, actually, I am a fan of this because you can do this wrong.
Yep.
And the answer to doing it wrong is the worst encounter in Destiny 2, Consecrated Mind.
Consecrated Mind.
And
Yeah.
here's the thing: the one kind of cool thing about the mechanic was the whole Wi-Fi boxes. And as we now
They got
know,
removed.
that was a bug.
Yeah.
was a bug which is now fixed.
Yeah, which is now fixed.
Dare I say?
I do want to say
Well,
though,
I'm not gonna put that there, but
for
I can't.
Consecrated Mind, that like yes, that like not being able to tether everybody at once thing, like that definitely sucks not to have it, but I feel like that's not going to make the encounter any harder or any more difficult to do,
No,
like,
but
to execute than it is already now, because people can still just like the defensive subsides have lasts for like a good 15 seconds.
yeah, you
where
can
just
have
kinda-
people group up. But like, I think
you can run around, you can coordinate your team to rebuff. It's not the end of the world, but it doesn't help. It doesn't change the fact that this encounter is fucking dog shit.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
is
it-
just
Well, I think as well it's a design actually flaw because I was telling Sid
Yeah.
this when we walked into the room. What was the first thing we noticed? The boxes are a
Red
different
boxes.
color,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That must mean they must do something different. And it turns out,
No.
no, they
Nope.
don't. Because here's the thing: if all the boxes were darkness colored, okay, well then maybe that's fine, right? But they made the distinction to make the middle box light
Yep.
and
the
the
other
outside
was red.
one's dark, right? And that means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
means
I
literally
am
nothing.
perfectly okay with the boxes, like with the Wi-Fi boxes being removed and actually having to have the runner go
Yeah.
around and do like more. The issue does come from the fact that why are the boxes red now
if they're not going to change.
if they're not different? Yeah.
I thought that was
And
a great
also-
tell that they did something different. I was like, okay, cool. No, they just did that
and-
because they could.
And also, don't forget, why can the middle tower tether infinitely?
no angelics. It doesn't get any angelics.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not that. It's the fact that when you tether to the tower, you have to actively move away from it to break it because the tether doesn't go away after you finish tethering to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's the same
it
on
tethers
the
infinitely.
outside.
I thought
But I
it did.
think-
It just took a bit.
It takes a bit.
think
Yeah,
it's
it takes
just slow.
longer, but yeah.
I think the reason why is because that was like a bug again, where like you were tethering to the outside boxes while the middle box is
Maybe.
tethering, and
Maybe.
so you weren't technically connecting to the conflux, and that's what shuts down the tether.
Yeah, that'd
So-
be something we'd have to
Yeah.
go into it and confirm when we
Yeah,
Like,
but it
eventually
might
do
work
it again.
now.
knowing that it was a bug now, looking back, that makes sense why that was happening, because it was a bug. It wasn't intended to happen.
Yeah.
'Cause that did kill me in a lot of our polls, was still being tethered to the box, getting enlightened, and then just being stuck on the tether and having ads swarm me. Because one of the ad spawns was literally like right next to where I'd be standing when I was tethering.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I think genuinely this encounter, I agree with Panther, is probably the worst encounter ever made. It takes the worst parts of Consecrated Mind, the encounter from Garden of Salvation, like the third encounter. It takes the worst part of that, which is, in my opinion, the damage phase, and it takes the entirety of the worst encounter in Garden of Salvation, being the second one,
Yep.
and just mashes them together. And I hate the second encounter of Garden of Salvation. It's fucking garbage. It is pure, unfiltered garbage. And the fact that they decided, let's put this in Pantheon 2, but add a damage phase on top of it.
Insane.
Like, what are we
Insanity.
Actual
What are we
insanity, yeah.
cooking? Get out of the kitchen. How did you make Salvation's Edge and then come out with this crap? Don't
No,
piss me
actually.
off. Yeah, no, it's garbage.
And it's even
Fucking-
worse knowing how well the Raid and Dungeon team was able to just cook out of their minds, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's unreal with how they were able to cook out of their minds in the very next encounter, bro.
Yeah.
Morgath,
Great
With
segue.
Morgath? With
fucking
Morgath.
amazing.
Yeah.
This boss
it's
is so
literally
fucking
just a purely a thing of they do not play test.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but it's like actually true.
It just feels like they should have picked any other boss other than Consecrated Mind. They picked one of the most lame bosses from the raid that a lot of people agree was like the weakest out of all the new raids introduced in Destiny 2. They picked that boss from
Let's juice him.
the worst Destiny 2 raid. And like that's what happens when you do that, right? They could have picked any other boss. Imagine like I don't know how they could have done it, but like imagine a Herald of Finality mixed with Encounter 1 or Encounter 3, right? How
Oh,
awesome would
dude.
that have been?
Or even, God forbid, Valkor.
Valkor, yeah. Like
fuck.
imagine oh my god, hang on. I was gonna say imagine Caretaker with Encounter 1, but that's already kind of Caretaker in his base form.
Yeah, and we already had Caretaker in Pantheon.
Yeah, it's like imagine Herald of Finality with like Encounter 1 or 3 of Salvation's Edge.
The way that they created Consecrated Mind is like, hey, what if we did a Pantheon where you have to do Encounter 2 of Root of Nightmares, but every time you complete a circuit, you have to damage the Explicator. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Like just imagine you get to that second encounter and it's the first room, like the
Oh
first
wait, that's just
encounter.
fucking Nezarec, lol.
Yeah, true. Like look, but like imagine you get right. Imagine a second, like an alternate version of Pantheon 2, where you finish War Priest and then you go into
Valkor.
not Valkor, or
Mm.
if we're keeping with the theme of how the second set of Pantheon bosses are, you go into the next one and it's the first encounter room from Salvation's Edge. You start the fight and the Herald of Finality spawns right on top of you. That'd be peak.
That'd
Yeah.
be dope.
That'd be peak.
That would be dope. I agree with that.
But
But
no, we
yeah,
got
that's not how it is, so it sucks.
It sucks,
Um,
yeah.
And
But
so
Morgath is
Morgath is
awesome.
just fucking fantastic, though. Like Morgath, I do want to say though, Morgath, we're going to sing some praises about Morgath, but I think the fact of the matter is that although Morgath is great, and Morgath is not good enough to save the rest of this pantheon, just being a disappointment, pure
Yeah.
disappointment. Like it had some okay moments, some very okay moments, being that like, oh my god, we're doing these past raids again, and oh my god, they made War Priest different. It's like okay.
I don't mind
Totems
it.
was never really a
I actually like War Priest, yeah. I
fun
really like War
encounter.
Priest.
But do
But
we like
yeah,
War
it is
Priest
some
because we
nice
saw
changes.
Consecrated Mind after? We're like, we'll take this.
No, I liked War Priest before we saw Consecrated Mind.
I did like War Priest, like
Yeah,
going
it's
out
once
of
we
it.
understood it with how
Yeah.
charging plays
Yeah.
works. Is what
Yeah.
I'd say. I
Once it
started to enjoy
clicked
it.
what was happening, I was like, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
this is a fun encounter.
And then we get to
Um,
Morgath.
But yeah, Morgath was fucking just, I don't know, man. Morgath was great. They made one of the shittiest bosses ever into something that was actually fun and
Yeah,
engaging to
that's
play.
commendable.
Interesting. And actually like
Very
a brand
commendable.
new boss
Good
fight
work.
too.
It may as well be a new
And
fight.
the like bringing in the Riven's Heart and the Ascended Plane and running all the jumping puzzles and shit like that,
Yeah.
and just the whole like concept of how you get to DPS phase to taking strength, like everything they changed about this fight was just fantastic. If this was how Morgath was in Last Wish when it came out, it'd probably be a fucking S tier raid.
Agreed.
It's great. It's so great. And I do want to say about Insurrection Prime, because I know some of us here have cheesed it. And I know I'm 99% sure that Insurrection Prime was not changed from
Yeah,
its
like
that is what I've
the-
heard. I haven't like actually done research on it.
Yeah,
There
I
is-
can't
I don't
say
think-
for it because I haven't
No.
actually like done it.
The main Insurrection Prime changed a little bit. The only thing they changed about it is instead of during DPS him giving you CAP, you have to go down into the underground tunnel from the encounter before him and get the CAP buff yourself.
Wow.
Okay,
so,
that's
yeah,
actually a good change.
Yeah.
That's an interesting change.
Yeah.
very minor, but yeah.
I think Insurrection Prime is a fucking great boss encounter. But again,
Yeah.
same with Morgoth. It's not enough to save this Pantheon.
Yeah, I think it's like B tier.
Bottom of B or
I
top of C
think
is like what I'm feeling.
Bottom
think
of
bottom
B
of
or
B.
top of C, yeah.
Because like what they added makes it better than Scourge of the Past, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Like, would I
and
rather
like
run
it
this
has,
than here's
it
my
has the
unfortunate thing to
length
say.
going for it.
Oh,
See,
sorry.
yeah, I like where you're going with this Panther. With the, is this more fun to run than
Yeah.
Scourge of the Past? I would rather just run Scourge of the Past
I-
to get to Insurrection Prime.
I think
Yeah.
here's the thing, and here's actually the like if we're talking about what would I rather run, because of Consecrated Mind, unironically, because of
never wanna
Consecrated
run it.
Mind,
Yeah,
I'd put it
genuinely, I
like
would never
here.
want to run it.
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
agree.
that's fair.
But I
Um,
feel like we can't do that, right? Like
Yeah.
Morgoth is that good.
Yeah,
Like
I-
Morgoth
basing
is a
it-
War Priest
great
we're
is
basing it
good.
solely off of quality and how much. Like we're basing it off of
Mhm.
quality, right? Like Morgoth is that good. War Priest, I also think is that good.
But
you
I
know, the
think
first 3 encounters are all right.
I think
I
here
think
is
that's a spot
fair.
for the top of
Yeah,
C.
I think that's
I'd
good.
say top
Yeah.
of C.
Because another thing you have to keep in mind too is that Insurrection Prime is a cool boss, but I don't think it's great enough as a boss to really like satisfy the fact that you just went through some of the most like, dare I
Yeah.
say, mid raid encounters in the series' history.
And ending with Insurrection Prime.
And then you get to fight Insurrection Prime after dealing with
Yeah.
all that. And it's like, okay, like whatever. Like at least with the Pantheon, you know, you were going through like, or sorry, with the Pantheon 1, you were going through all of these different boss encounters from over the years, but they were changed in ways that were actually like engaging and fun and rewarding. And you get to Nezarec at the end, and it really feels like a tough and engaging fight at the time because it was -20. It was the only way to fight it. So it felt like a tough and engaging fight because it was that had that difficulty challenge and
Yep.
made it feel like it was a satisfying conclusion to this challenging gauntlet. But Pantheon 2 doesn't capture that same feeling of
No.
being a challenging gauntlet. It just feels like kind of like you're dragging your balls through a fucking barbed wire field.
Speaking of with difficulty, would we include the feats for Pantheon 2?
No, we didn't for Epic. We didn't for DP, so we can't do it for.
Well, I
Pantheon
mean,
2.
but the Pantheons are different, I would say.
Yeah, because we kind of
They're
talked
kind
about
of
that with
their
Nezarec. We talked about that.
Yeah. Cool.
But I think Crusader's right. Like, even if the encounters were more difficult, we were still doing Consecrated Mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was mainly thinking like if we were talking about the absolute peak of difficulty, because obviously there were different pantheons for Pantheon 1 and
Mhm.
when they gradually got more difficult. But I would also say more fun at the same time because obviously the harder gauntlets have more bosses and were more difficult on
Yeah.
top of it. It made it a really fun challenge. The quote unquote challenge ramp for this new Pantheon is literally just turning on bullshit fucking modifiers that
Yeah.
are just
Yeah.
not enjoyable. So I feel like if we did take into account
And go lower.
like the actual feats for added difficulty, I feel like it would lower it even more for me.
We go lower.
Because like if we're talking like getting the
Yeah, I
title
would put
for
it
the
below Voodoo
Pantheon,
Nightmare at least. Voodoo Nightmares.
Ooh, that hurts. Yeah, I agree though.
Sorry, what were you saying, Ange?
yeah, because like if we're talking about like getting the title for it, just from the fact that it requires all feats enabled to get the title, it's just like
It
this
actually
is
does
just...
not. You can do
it
all but
doesn't?
that triumph. Yeah, you can do everything but that triumph.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Granted, feats, I personally, I still think it does drag it down a little, maybe not that much, if you don't have to actually do all feats
Yeah.
enabled for the...
Everything we say about this Pantheon makes it worse.
Yeah. It's like the more you dig into it, the worse it gets.
I think like a lot of it also is just like Pantheon 1. Look at where
Bang.
we put Pantheon 1, right? Look
Yeah.
at
Well,
where we put
it's quite
Pantheon 1.
literally they are scraping the bottom barrel.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
It has to
direct
be holding
comparison
hands with
between the
Salvation's
two.
Edge. You
Yeah.
can't talk about one experience without the other. Like
Yeah.
those things have to go hand in hand.
They blew all
They blew
of
that.
their best raid bosses at the time because Witness was
We
in the
could
middle
have
of
a
it.
separate tier above S for Salvation's Edge and Pantheon 1, and that would be valid.
Yeah.
They stand on their own. There's no comparing them to anything.
Here we go. Just make it final shape. Make the name the final shape.
The final peak.
The final peak, yeah.
Okay, I mean, here's what I'll say about Pantheon 2. They literally were scraping the bottom barrel because they spent a lot with Pantheon 1. They probably weren't thinking about making a Pantheon 2.
They definitely
What they
weren't.
could have
They
done,
didn't know how much people were going to
and
love it.
what they should have done, keep Morgeth. Great change, but he's not the final
Yeah.
boss, right? You do Morgeth, you kind of build it into this Leviathan Pantheon, essentially, right? Do Valkor. Literally replace
Yeah.
I don't know. It
Replace
just
Consecrated
feels
Mind
like
with
salt in the
Valkor.
wound to include all of the previous Leviathan shit.
and
Except
not
for the
Valkor.
best one.
Yeah, except the
Yeah.
best one. Remove Consecrated Mind and War Priest and put in Valkor, and then I don't know what else. Maybe you throw in Crota or something to start. I don't know.
Crota could have been a really cool final boss.
But yeah,
Not
no,
even
like
that, maybe honestly, probably something from Salvation's Edge.
You know what? I'll
It
give
would
you
have
like,
to have
like I
Herald
said,
of Finality, bro. Come on, give it to Herald.
Herald with the first encounter mixed in, bro. I've been saying.
I
No,
mean,
no, no,
but here's
no.
the thing. The reason
like
why I
where you're
don't think you
going with
should.
that, Sid, but you're almost there. You're almost there.
Okay. Don't say
Herald
Herald
of
parody.
Finality in the third encounter.
I also really
Every
like that.
room,
That's what
when
I
you
was gonna say
complete
as
the
well.
circuit, Herald spawns in for a DPS phase. You damage
Oh,
its
so
DPS check, and then you move on to the next room.
But how do they incorporate the Herald's own mechanic into that with the Call to Reckoning?
Well, I don't know. I'm not on the Rated Dungeons team, so don't ask.
Yeah,
me.
true. True.
Well, here's the thing. Here's why I actually think you don't. Because Pantheon is their ability to go back and change a boss, right?
True.
Like look at Morgeth. Look at Morgeth's the prime example of what they can do. Salvation's Edge doesn't need changing.
All right.
I think it's perfect as is. Right? We put an S here for a reason.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
I'm
with
gonna
that.
be cooking here for a second. I might be cooking up poison. I don't know. But do you guys remember the original idea for King's Fall?
Nope.
That they had? Like before they had to like scale it back massively?
Nope.
Crota's End was the opening to King's Fall. It's like you kill Crota and then you go straight to the Dreadnought and then you go kill Oryx in the same raid.
What?
The final boss of Pantheon 2 should have been Oryx and Crota at the same time.
Dude,
If Oryx wasn't in Pantheon 1, I'd agree with you. But yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like I remember Luke Smith talking about that in an interview as like the original version of I guess you could say King's Fall and Crota's End, but mainly King's Fall, is that you went into the Hellmouth to kill Crota, and then Oryx would like pull you into the Dreadnought to want to kill you personally, and then you'd fight through the Dreadnought, and then you'd go kill Oryx.
That would be
It
cool.
like it'd be this big long raid, but they said it was way too big and way too
Oh, yeah.
long. So they had to scale it back. So we got Crota's End, which is why it's as simple as it is, because it's the first 3 encounters of a much bigger raid, and then straight into King's Fall. And I feel like just like an awesome boss fight would be having to fight Oryx and Crota at the same time. That would be peak. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, 2 hours later, we made the tier list.
2 hours later, we did a tier list.
Yeah.
This is it though. This is the definitive tier list. No other tier for the next 50 years. That's the limit. At 50 years from now, you can make a new tier list.
Yep.
This is the definitive one.
Are we gonna share?
I
This with
still
with
think
everybody
Root of Nightmares is above Pantheon 2, bro.
else?
There
Alright,
we go.
go.
Okay.
I'll
Honestly,
agree with
I
that.
would agree.
Yeah,
I
would
agree
they?
with that.
Are we gonna share this with the class?
I think so. Well, I'll post a picture in a
Yeah.
second. But we'll say goodbye here. This is 2 hours. This may all just be a podcast. Podcast Crusaders is back.
Podcast.
Yeah, episode 3, buddy.
Episode 3. But yeah, we'll do a tier list on expansions later. Probably.
Later,
Um,
hopefully.
yeah. I don't know. I think we're happy with this though.
I am very happy with this.
Yeah,
tier list. It's a
this is
good
it.
tier list.
If everyone asks what the tier list is, it's this here.
I'm a little offended at the Wrath of the Machine being at the bottom of A, but I'm not gonna argue about it.
Yeah.
We said it earlier, right? Like it's a case of like Wrath, excellent raid, especially in D1, like excellent ending point for D1. But like you go into D2, and especially with the later raids, it just gets
Yeah.
mogged, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, goodbye. Enjoy the
Goodbye,
tier
everybody.
list.